flames stream. Another fabrication fails on the roof. The lights are dim, the walls are closing in. Another dead in his ego, another grip begins. He blames the trolls, the haters, the algorithms are rigged. But truth is hard to bid, a pill, a consequence unfig. He built his throne on lies, are curated, careful scams. Now dash fires burning bright, exposing all the shams. The algorithms are rigged, but truth is hard to bid, a pill, a consequence unfig. He built his throne on lies, on curated, careful scams. Now dash fires burning bright, exposing all the shams. Crash out, King, your reign is done. The empire's crumbling down. Dash fires lit the match, the fire spreading through the town. No more pity bodies, no more crocodile tears. The reckoning is here, filled by all these wasted years. Crash out, King, your pockets bleed. Your image in the dirt. You built your castle on sand, and now it's getting hurt. So scream and rage and bend, it won't change what's been shown. Your lies are unraveling, your true colors have grown. Remember Pizza Gate, the rage. The census ran another manufactured crisis, another desperate slant. He wants the truth, he silences, he hides behind his wall. But dash fires digging deep, exposing it all. The support is dwindling, the chapter goes down now. Set for the Simpson sycophants are leaking from his brow. He begs for such, he whines across a pathetic display. While genuine creators struggle, he's just leaking day by day. Crash out, King, your reign is done. The empire's crumbling down. Dash fires lit the match, the fire spreading through the town. No more pity bodies, no more crocodile tears. The reckoning is here, filled by all these wasted years. Crash out, King, your pockets bleed. Your image in the dirt. You built your castle on sand, and now it's getting hurt. So scream and rage and bend, it won't change what's been shown. Your lies are unraveling, your true colors have grown. The salt is overflowing, the tears are turning sour. He's losing his control, his fragile fading power. He calls it hate, harassment, a victim in his mind. But accountability's a bitch, a truth he can't outgrind. Fire's evidence is mounting, undeniable and clear. The manipulation, the toxicity for everyone to hear. He's trapped within his echo chamber, a prisoner of his lies, while the outside world is watching with disgust in their eyes. He plays the DSP gaming curse, a pathetic weak excuse for years of narcissistic rage and financial abuse. Bills are piling up, the pressure's getting tight. He's scrambling for donations, grasping with all his might. Crash out, King, your reign is done. The empire's crumbling down. Dash fires lit the match, the fire spreading through the town. No more pity bodies, no more crocodile tears. The reckoning is here, filled by all these wasted years. Crash out, King, your pockets bleed. Your image in the dirt. You built your castle on sand, and now it's getting hurt. The salt is overflowing, the tears are turning sour. He's losing his control, his fragile fading power. He calls it hate and harassment, a victim in his mind. But accountability's a bitch, a truth he can't outgrind.
Yo, let the record skip, rewind the tape. Another clown falls, another sad escape. Review tech, you say, the king of cringe and fluff got his throne snatched, turns out he wasn't tough enough. Keemstar's laughter echoes a digital guillotine, chops off the head of a washed up failing machine. Lockout tech, the name itself a monument to shame. Now it's a graveyard whispering your forgotten name. Fired from the show, kicked to the curb and left to bleed. Another YouTuber falls, planting a pathetic seed of desperation, lies, and desperate flailing cries. Review tech, you say your last damn goodbye. You built your empire on clickbait and empty hype. Now the algorithm's turned and you're paying the price. Keemstar's the judge, the jury, and the executioner's hand. Welcome to the wasteland. Welcome to no man's land. Remember the glory, the fleeting, artificial fame, built on stolen content, a repetitive, boring game of regurgitated outdated specs and superficial sheen, lacking substance, depth, a hollow echoing scene. You thought you were untouchable, a digital demigod, but pride comes before the fall. Understood, your legacy cemented in a mountain of deceit, a cautionary tale of how ambition can't be beat. Fired from the show, kicked to the curb and left to bleed. Another YouTuber falls, planting a pathetic seed of desperation, lies, and desperate flailing cries. Review tech to say your last damn goodbye. You built your empire on clickbait and empty hype. Now the algorithm's turned and you're paying the price. Keemstar's the judge, the jury, and the executioner's hand. Welcome to the wasteland. Welcome to no man's land. From tech guru to dumpster fire, a rapid descent. Your credibility shattered, your reputation spent. Beat burning bridges faster. You could build them up. Now you're choking on the ashes, drinking from the bitter cup. Don't try to rally your fans, they've already seen the light. The facade is crumbling, exposed in the harsh spotlight. Your excuses are pathetic, your apologies ring false. Just another fallen soldier in this internet waltz. Keemstar saw the weakness, exploited every crack, left you broken and defeated. There's no turning back. Fired from the show, kicked to the curb and left to bleed. Another YouTuber falls, planting a pathetic seed of desperation, lies, and desperate flailing cries. Review ticker, so you say your last damn goodbye. You built your empire on clickbait and empty hype. Now the algorithm's turned and you're paying the price. Keemstar's the judge, the jury, and the executioner's hand. Welcome to the wasteland. Welcome to no man's land. Yeah, no man's land. Remember the name. Review tech, you say. Gone. Next.
The PWR's got a digital crown, sits on his throne of pixels and frowns. His kingdom's a chat, his court's a stream, living large in a glitchy dream. But the mirror cracks, the truth gets loud. Dash fire's torch burns through the cloud. Drifters parade, marching in the shade. Smoke and mirrors all starting to fade. Dash fire's flame cuts through the charade. Drifters parade, a spotlight decay. He sells you a story, a crafted tale, but the seams are frayed, the threads are stayed. Every click's a brick in his crumbling wall. Dash fire's whistle calls out it all. Drifters parade, marching in the shade. Smoke and mirrors all starting to fade. Dash fire's flame cuts through the charade. Drifters parade, a spotlight decay. He sells you a story, a crafted tale, but the seams are frayed, the threads are stale. Every click's a brick in his crumbling wall. Dash fire's whistle calls out it all. Grifters parade, marching in the shade. Smoke and mirrors all starting to fade. Dash fire's flame cuts through the charade. Grifters parade, a spotlight decay.
of a laugh now, buried deep, begin to weep. Built a castle on illusions, watching it decay. Delusions of grandeur, crumbling day by day. Raging in the mirror, fist against the glass. Can't face the shattered pieces of a tarnished past.
Control the haters, the algorithms are rigged, but truth is hard, a bitter pill, a consequence unfake. He built his throne on lies, on curated countless scams. Now dash fires burning bright, exposing all the shams. Crash out, King, your reign is done. The empire's crumbling down. Dash fires lit the match, the fire spreading through the town. No more painted bodies, no more crocodile tears. The reckoning is here, filled by all these wasted years. Crash out, King, your pockets bleed. Your image in the dirt. You built your castle on sand, and now it's getting hurt. So scream and rage and bend, it won't change what's been shown. Your lies are unraveling, your true colors have grown.
What is going on, guys? What is going on? We are back. Another DSP Week in Review, where we will talk about him calling Kino Casino lazy for going on vacation, saying the Kino Casino viewers are losers. Talking about how he wants day one Pokemon card views. That is right. He doesn't care about games anymore, dudes. He wants Pokemon. His DoorDash melted ice cream. He wants laws changed and trolls arrested. They want to be thrown in jail. Then demanding people watch him and support him. He doesn't matter if the World Cup is on. How are you doing, my friends? What is going on? What's going on, Lulu? What's going on? Oh, thank you, Sildegrim, for the membership. What's going on, Darkside Bird Real? What's going on, H-Bomb? What's going on, DR Rang? Oh, sorry, D Rango. What is going on, my friends? We are here live once again. So last week, I did this as a live stream instead of a video, and people seem to enjoy that a lot better. And I am now live on YouTube, Kick, and also Twitch. So, whatever platform you're on, if you want to help me out, what you can do is open up a tab or a window and watch me on the other ones. You can mute the audio, but that helps me out a bit. Thank you so much for that. What's going on, Max? PWRs, that is quite a name. And, of course, guys, above all else, if you guys want to like the stream on YouTube, if you want to promote it, if you want to share it, that'd be awesome. If you guys, especially on Kick, want to follow, you want to sub, you're more than welcome to do that. On Twitch, if you want to follow and sub, you're more than welcome to. Okay. Enough of my e-bag in here, before I turn into Darkside Phil here. Just what I need to end my work style shift, that is right. Excited to be here, that is correct. And we're also doing this on a new day because last time DSP had to mess up his schedule and had his day off on the Wednesday. So we did it on Thursday.
Welcome
so now
home.
Ivilsama is now following on Twitch.
Oh, thank you for the follow. I hope you have some fun over there. And DSP, for some reason, is now doing 9 days in a row. The 9 days are up, which means he goes back Sunday. So we're going to cover all that, get you caught up, and show you what happened during this. It's the cheat sheet, as Steve Campion said. If you guys didn't see it, myself, Lord Diaz, H-Bomb, and Luther Morgan all appeared on Steve Campion's Truth Seekers.
Welcome home.
Moss Armor is now following on Kick.
Oh, thank you so much for following me on Kick. Hope you have some fun over there. On Kick, you also have some emotes as well. I believe there's a half DSP face, half alien, so you're more than welcome to use that. Yeah, so myself, Lord Diaz, H-Bomb, and Luther Morgan were all on Steve Campion's show talking about the Quarterin and DSP. It was a fun time. If you go to my channel and you go to playlist, there's one that says collabs. It's right in there. It's very easy to find. But that's not what we're here for today. What we're here for today is Darkside Phil and his week of craziness. And we start off today talking about his addiction to cards. And it's not just cards now. It's not just Pokemon. It's now, Magic the Gathering. It's Marvel Magic the Gathering. And you'll see later on, it's also Final Fantasy. But let's hear Phil talk about his addiction getting out of control here.
I'm curious, what will we get from the Final Fantasy box? And the reason I say that is you saw with the Marvel box, we made out. Like, I haven't priced the cards yet that I got from the Marvel box. I'm going to do that. But I think I actually made out in value, because just counting the hits. In the Marvel box, I had a $30, $21, $11. I believe there was like a $9, $6. There was like $3 or $4, $5. So just between the hits, it's like $70, $80, $90 almost. And then I got to factor in the cost or the value of the actual regular cards in the box. I think I made money on the Marvel box. And the thing is, some of those cards' values are actually moving around.
Now, the funny thing is, he says, I've made money, and he's talking about how the value of the cards outweighs the money he paid for it. But at the same time, you're paying $50 a card opening or $100 total. You're definitely making more and more than that. Doesn't matter. If you get a big hit, you're still making money on it. LOL, no relation to PWR, just a Simpsons reference. Oh, that's nice. Nobody wants to reference that that individual that's now pregnant, I believe someone told me. Congratulations on your baby there, PWR, you sick bastard. Probably impregnated your cousin, sick bastard. Darkside Bird Real, let's go! And we got the Scalper with a W. And then he put this out, and I don't know whether to believe this because this guy is a habitual liar. He made this a big deal. DSP Morning Show, I actually left the house. So we have more cards today. So I can see this both ways, where he actually did leave the house and his addiction's so out of control that it made him do the one thing he never wants to do because trolls are all over the place, dude. And that tells you how pulled in he is with this addiction. He went from digital JPEGs to physical JPEGs. And then the other thing too is he's a liar who lies about lying and lying about lying. So he probably bought it from a scalper. Then they delivered it to him and he said, see guys, I do leave my home, you know, trying to go, because detractors always say he never leaves his house, and DSP goes, see, this is proof, even though he never showed any proof. I don't think he left the house. I think he just has tons of boxes at home. Yeah, that's the other thing too. He could have bought a lot of, you know, off-camera boxes that he opens up and be like, see guys, I got more. I got more, dudes. And here he's going to tell you about how he left home and physically drove there himself. Of course, you tell me, after watching this clip, is DSP lying about leaving his house?
Because I didn't want to be without them, because I owe you. You guys supported me so much last night that technically I owe 2 pack openings on today's stream, and I didn't have any cards last night to open. All right? So I was out and about this morning, all right, driving around, and ladies and gentlemen, I got pitch black again. So we have pitch black for today for card openings.
Can you imagine if he went to Shane's card shop and there's like, oh, that's him. That's the guy.
Money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, money. Money, money, yeah, yeah.
At Max Pours 99 super chatted $5. Waiting on my 50-year sentence due to all the detracting I did to Phil on X. He's actually blocked me for making a viral memes of him. Yuck.
Well, yeah, DSP will block you for anything. Yeah, I'm just waiting for mine because he said last week, it doesn't matter if you're restreaming or you're just watching, you're breaking the law, dude, and you're all going to go to jail. And if anyone hasn't seen the rant that he went on this week, it is one of the most craziest rants ever. It starts off with him saying he could have been as big as Joe Rogan as a podcaster, but the trolls ruined it. And it ends with him saying that everyone should be locked up and thrown in jail. And, well, we'll get there. Don't worry, we'll get there. Out and about. Nope, that is right. Thank you again for the $5 there. Now, they also point out here, same guy who couldn't even bother to drive or walk to pick up food for his stream, just because they'll intercept it or call the police / SWAT on them. Of course, talk about the detractors. And the other thing, too, is he would order DoorDash food from 5 minutes away, but he won't leave his house for that, but he'll leave it for cards. Could it be the addiction?
Because I'd like to get some chicken from them. It looks like they have all these different flavors of fried chicken that look pretty good. But, So far, you can't order from it yet. So we'll have to see. And everyone just I'm going to say right now, shut the fuck up saying dumb shit. Oh, just walk there, go there. You're fucking idiots. You realize the morons on the internet would fuck with it, right? Like, why are you so dumb? Can I ask an honest question? Why do you say the dumbest fucking stuff ever? What do you think would happen if I said, okay, guys, I'm now going to drive to the store that's right across the street from me to get chicken? The first thing that would happen is morons on the internet would call the fucking store. They'd call the police. They'd say there's a swatting. You're fucking retarded, all right? Any moron who says something dumb like that, you're actually mentally deficient. Shut the fuck up, all right? I can get food, but if I'm going to have it on a stream, I have to order it so it gets delivered and people can't fuck with it. To say, oh, gee, let's see. We're going to know exactly where Phil is geo-positioned at a date and time, and if we fuck with that, we can fuck with the stream. Gee, I wonder if we'll try. Boy, you're stupid. Really, you're just fucking dumb.
Yeah, and guys, that is paranoia. He says, I won't even cross the street and get food because the trolls will be there. That is paranoia right there. Does he watch himself back? WTF? No. No, he doesn't. He creates the narrative in his delusional brain there. Remember, delusion's a grandeur. What is going on, Game Master? How you doing, my friend? Hope you're having a good Saturday night or Saturday morning or afternoon, wherever you're at. But then, guys, there was a problem. There was a mix-up, and something went wrong where they weren't able to deliver the Final Fantasy cards in time. And DSP said the people shipping his Final Fantasy card lied about losing them, and now they're telling him he can refund them at midnight. So if he doesn't have the cards by tonight's stream, he's buying a new box. So you're going to buy a new box from the people that lost the last one. And this is what he said. He's like, they don't know how to do jobs, blah, blah, blah. All the usual DSP stuff. You're having a good night? That's good. And he finally got it. Magic the Gathering, Final Fantasy. It was so bad. This is DSP trying to grift off of whatever he thinks is popular. So whether it be Pokemon, whether it be Final Fantasy, whether it be Marvel, he doesn't know anything about these. All he knows is people like it, and they'll support, dude. And then this is really scummy here. So if you didn't know, so every time he plays TCG or a Pokemon game, that there is always a free pack, and I use quote free in quotes, every time he does a stream. Now the problem is he changed that. Now you are only guaranteed the free pack opening once he gets to $100. That is right. You get the free pack when you give him $100. So Phil, how exactly is that free if they have to pay you? Just wondering about that. And then he started opening up the card packs, and he didn't know anything about them, including Biggs right here, which he called Hicks. And as Papa Polecat points out, these are just the big ones. He added nothing about the cards except Scorpion Sentinel is the first boss of Final Fantasy VII. It's hilarious he's 44, yes. 44 looking 70. I'm altering deal. Pray I don't alter it any further. Yeah. That's just how normal first tier goal. Yeah. Well, we'll get into it later, but he's basically saying, I don't want a goal. I want multiple goals. Oh, and this is it right here. So DSP, when he first started it, he said, I only want to open 1 or 2 packs. I don't want this to become my entire content. I don't want it to revolve around this. But now he's saying he wants multiple milestones, not goals, milestones a day. So he's now expecting like between $300 and $500 a day to open cards. What is going on, Nocturnal? What are you doing, my friend? How you doing? Hope your night's going well. And we thought the begging had died down. I know, it never does. The begging for Final Fantasy cards is off the chart, including this clip right here from DSP.
Okay, starting Sunday night on the late stream, Final Fantasy VI Pixel Remaster right here on DSP Gaming. Be there, engage, support the playthrough, watch the playthrough after the fact on demand. Let me know that you actually care, that you want to see me play games that I like. Okay? That's how it works. I want to be sure that people will be here for me doing what I want to do. And you guys have told me over and over, time and time again, play what you want to play. We want to see it. So here it is. Show up Sunday night. Engage in support. Watch after the fact. Tell people Phil's playing his favorite JRPG of all time. He loves the game. He knows a ton about it. It's a better version. It's on modern PC. It's going to be amazing. Show up. Because, yeah, I'm going to be honest with everyone right now up front. If people don't show up and it's a slow stream, I'm going to be like, what gives? Because for years you guys say, play what you want. This is my favorite. Come by and hang out. If you don't show up, it's kind of hypocritical that people said that all along, don't you think? You know? So let's go. Let's get Final Fantasy VI going on Sunday night. And if it works, it will hit the rotation as a regular game over the course of August. I want to play Final Fantasy VI and really enjoy it. Okay? Okay. Cool.
Yeah, so basically, he's now shoehorning Final Fantasy VI into the rotation, telling people you better support this because I just bought these Final Fantasy cards. We have King Jod. Previously, he was very happy to get 100 to 150 per stream. Now he's almost expecting 200 at least. Well, I think he said like 250 is the highest he's said. At least most streams, if not more. The real burning question is whether there's something behind the scenes that is pushing him to demand so much from his audience. Is it simply to feed his new card addiction, or is it more to it? It could be health stuff. It could be Ozempic. It could be all those Amazon payment plans, because what DSP did last time to get him in trouble before bankruptcy was he was only paying the bare minimum on stuff and then kept getting more and more and more stuff, and it piled up. So it's possible that he's racking up so much debt because after Asmongold and Kino Casino, he thought that everything was going to be good. His money was going to roll up. It was going to get great and more and more and more. And it's going down further and further. And man, he is getting more and more desperate. Yeah, agreed. 2 big Klarna bills, that is true. And not only is he talking about Final Fantasy, but also his kick chat. Of course, his kick chat is Shin all over it. And now he's saying how there's going to be a lot of support. People are going to support this like crazy. They want to support this. And as JG Anano points out, it's probably just going to be 3 whale socks that translate to a lot of people.
So, the only other thing left to talk about before we preview next week, the cards. Let's talk about the cards, because that's what everyone wants to know. What happened with the cards? So let's talk about the cards, okay? First, we were opening Stellar Miracle, which is a Japanese set. We had actually resumed because we had started opening that one, but then we took a break so that we could open the Marvel Magic the Gathering cards. We had finished off that box and we had gone back to Stellar Miracle. So we opened those up for about a day. And then Pitch Black arrived. That was on Friday of last week. So 1 week ago, the new hottest set of English Pokemon cards, Pitch Black, released. And we began to open the box over the course of the weekend. Yes, people went crazy. They supported in droves. And we actually finished that box in 2 days. Okay? Did we get any good cards? Yes. We got the 4th best card in the whole set. Mega, is it Zeraora? I don't know how to say it. Mega Zeraora EX. It's a very nice looking card.
Oh, look at that
I
old
have
man
no
glasses
idea
going
who
on there.
Zeraora is, nor do I think I've ever had it in a Pokemon game. But it's a nice card, and it's worth around $68 to $70. It's fluctuated up and down over the course of the week. It's the 4th best card in that set. There's only 3 cards better, and those are insanely rare to get. So I actually am happy that I got that card. We also got a Goldeen right there in the center. That's a nice valued card as well, and a few, smaller hits. So in the first...
Okay, enough of that. He just goes on begging like that, looping it like that. King Jod. Yeah, just looking at JG Anano's breakdown now, even though it was a much longer working week, it was given so much more than usual across the board. Yet he had the audacity to bitch some days about money, that is true. Doesn't matter if you give him $1,000 on one stream, the next day or even the next stream, like the night stream, he'll be like, "What's going on, guys? Where's the money? I need the money, dudes." He doesn't know how to pronounce anything that is right. And even his fans were trolling him, and sarcasm goes right over DSP's head. Where we have Professor Kovu. I was annoyed when you said these were too expensive. Thank you for buying these. Really was worth it. DSP Gaming. Nearly 3 times the cost of other magic boxes, so hopefully we like them. Yes, we. Even though you force them to pay for it, just to look at them, you keep the cards and potentially, I know you won't, but potentially could sell them. Professor replies, I was annoyed because you are charging such a high premium just to open one pack. Surely you understand my frustration with you complaining about costs when you're making so much money from them regardless. Of course, DSP will never, ever understand. And you know what happens? Low support. And when low support happens, toxicity, salt comes out. And he's now telling people what's going on. Give me money. I need this. I need the addiction, dude. I need the hit. I know there's a hit in that box. You got to help me out, dude. I need that hit.
Give everything she's got.
Go. Okay, 1 second. I managed to get Pokemon Center to load again because I wanted to check and see if my order had actually gone through. I don't think it did. I don't think it did. I'm almost positive it didn't now because it said it went through. But now that I'm going to it, yep, I don't think the order went through. I think what happened is as I was checking out, it ran out of stock and the order didn't go through. Because I go right now to my account and I go to orders and it only shows, yeah, it doesn't show it. So it didn't go through. That sucks. It showed it going through and it even said order complete and everything. But then I didn't get an email about it. So I didn't get it. I waited all that time. Seriously. I waited all that time. 3 hours in the goddamn queue. I waited. I got in. I added the cart. I checked out. It said order complete. And now that I get back into the account, it says the order doesn't exist. What a bunch of assholes. I mean, this is terrible. It really is. The way they run this site is fucking terrible.
Well, there's a news flash for you, Phil. A lot of sites do that. They will have the stuff on the site and order it for you. But even if they run out of stock, they'll just cancel your order. That's how most websites work. It's stupid, but it still works.
Welcome home.
The scalper is now following on Kick.
Oh, thank you for following. He had complained about time being wasted. He was streaming during it. Yes. Well, DSP is meaningful and robust and very chill with his time. And it interrupted it, dude. And I said this on Steve Cambion's show, but DSP with the Pokemon box is like dangling keys in front of a kid. And DSP is going to do that right now for all the Jades and Slayers out there.
We got him. It's here. All right. Pitch Black is here. All right. It has arrived. It is official. We will be opening up these packs starting right now today. So let's go. Let's get support. Let's open the brand new box literally just released today, and I got it. Let's do it. Let's get Pitch Black opened on this stream. Let's get some support rolling. Let's get some subs. Let's get some super chats. Let's get some kicks. Let's get some tips. Let's get some super stickers. Let's get some memberships. Let's go. Right now. We'll play for about another hour, and then after that, I'll save the time to open. But we got to hit these milestones. Right now, we're at 80... I don't know. What are we at? Oh, we're at 94. We're $6 away. Let's go. Let's get it right now. Let's get our first pack unlocked, right? Let's get it unlocked right now, guys. I don't know if I'm going to do Belmont's Curse, James. I'm debating it. Let's go. Let's hit that first milestone of 100 to unlock the first pack. Let's get to 150. That's 2. Let's get to 200. That's 3. Let's rip. Let's get the big cards in this one. Let's get Mega Darkrai EX. Let's get Mega Darkrai EX Hyper Rare Gold Foil Edition. Come on.
Now, 2 things I really hate DSP does, well, I hate a lot of things DSP does, is when he says, right now, support, right now. Or when he says, come on, let's hit it immediately. It's almost like you want instant gratification there, Phil. Yeah, he is a greasy fuck. And guys, you're never going to believe this. Even though he was begging like crazy and he wanted those hits, guys, he never got it. And of course, after every low support stream, he always asks one question. What happened, guys? Why didn't anyone support? You tell me. I'm the same person here. What happened, guys?
Okay. All right, guys. Well, it is what it is. What I mean is, I don't know what happened today. I thought because the box was arriving that people were going to be more excited. Yesterday, people were pumped. We opened all those cards. Today, no. So I guess we'll see what happens tonight. Tonight on the late stream, it is Friday Night Fights. Okay. Old school fighting games.
And this is another thing he does. Whenever it's low support, he will sit there, he will adjust stuff, he will turn stuff on and off. But as soon as he has his money, all of a sudden, boom, I'm out of here. I don't have to do this. I don't have to talk to these people anymore. Just suddenly ask him for random $300 like it's changed down the back of your sofa. That is true. Well, to him it is. And guys, he's just letting you know that you're not supported. He's just letting you know that he needs that money. And he's just letting you know he wants to hit those milestones.
Well, guys, it is 3:30. I'm here for another half an hour. Now is the last chance to support today's Pokemon stream and have it count towards our milestones to open some more Pitch Black cards at the end of the stream. Sadly, this has been the least supported stream I have done in many, many months. I don't know why. I really have no clue what happened because Pokemon has been well supported a lot recently. So it's just baffling. But I guess it is what it is. If you like the content, please support it. Give it a like on YouTube if you haven't yet. And please support in some way. If we get to $100, we will open 2 packs of cards at the end of the stream. But if not, we're not opening any. Wow. Hopefully we will get some final support here last minute. We'll see.
And it's always funny when he's like, this is the lowest supported stream of the year. I would love to get a counter to see how many times he said it this year. Because I could have sworn 2026, he said that phrase so many times more than any other year. Not our problem, Phil. That is true. And guys, on another day, guess what? Tonight's stream didn't go so good. Courtesy of DSP Pikachu, where DSP again is complaining. Where's the money, dudes?
So I went out of my way. I spent extra money to buy these cards from someone who said they could ship it and it would be here as soon as possible. Let's get some momentum going.
So I just want to point out, he said, I bought these from a person who said they could get it here. But Phil also said he went out and got the cards. So what is it, Phil? You left the house and bought them, or you paid someone to bring it to you. Those are two completely different things.
Can we get a membership? Can we get our first tip of the night via PayPal? Can we get some kicks? And can we get our first sub of the night? That would be great to get a little bit, spread it around, get the momentum going. I'm giving you one for free because we're doing TCG, but we do need to have 2 or more to do the show. I'm never going to do a video with just 1, okay? If we don't get that, then we're not going to, okay? So it's up to you guys. Get us to that $100 milestone. It is what it is. If you do support, thank you. If we hit a milestone, great. I want to do a DSP pack rips tonight. I mean, I ran out today to get more cards because we didn't have any last night. So I ran out and bought them in person. And I would love to get support to open more. Honestly, if it helps you mentally to relax and blow off steam, it might be worth the low support. I'm good. Like, I'm not stressed out or anything. I'm better. Look at me now, right? There were times, don't get me wrong, there's been times where I've been stressed. It hasn't been recently. I've been good. There have been one or two little points here or there. For the most part, things are going good. So I'm not really worried about stuff like that, to be frank. So it's not like I need a relaxation stream where I can just play a game I like, you know what I mean, regardless of support. All right, so everyone, this is the absolute last chance. If you want to do some pack rips tonight, we got to either get a $50 contribution or get to the $100 milestone or both. We got to do it within 5 minutes because I got to get out of here. So this is it. If you want to do some pack rips tonight and support the stream, now would be the time to do it. So I went out of
Yeah, King Jod, I owe you a free pack. It cost you $100. And I love how he says, "Oh, I'm not stressed out about money and I'm good. Look at me." Phil, every single time, if it's less than $150, you are begging like a crackhead. You need your fix. And everybody can see it. And this is the thing DSP has done since he started doing this whole live streaming is he'll deny anything about his finances. He'll deny anything bad's happened to him. He'll deny when he's poor. And what he'll do is years later be like, "Oh yeah, I was in a bad position, so I had to do that stuff." But in the moment, he's great, dude. He's doing the best he's ever done. Now, this is one of the most entitled things ever. So remember, DSP always says, "I work my butt off. I do this, I do that. Nobody else works as hard as me." He is now going to tell you that he is pissed off, that he's not opening cards because they did not ship it to him. I believe this is the one where they didn't ship it to him. And he worked his butt off getting Final Fantasy cards. But not only that, so all he did was go on the website, add the cart, and pay for it. That's what DSP calls working his butt off.
Guys, we're 56 to support. Please, let's go. Let's rally, because I'm here for about another 40 minutes. Let's rally, and let's get some support. Let's get some cards open tonight, all right? I worked my butt off trying to get these stupid Final Fantasy cards here this week, and it didn't get here as fast as I wanted, but they're here. And now, obviously, I want to open them. I want to do some fun stuff with them. Let's get support tonight. Let's open some cards. Please, let's do it right now. Let's go. We haven't gotten any subs whatsoever. Let's get a sub on Kick. At least one tonight, okay? Let's get some kicks. Right now, the only kicks we have was a few hundred. Let's get, 500. Let's get 1,000. Let's get a significant tip. We've had all tiny tips tonight, right? Okay.
Now, Phil, we've gotten to the point. This is rock bottom. This is the bottom of the barrel of the endless barrel. Where you're saying, "I pressed buttons on a computer. I bought something. I worked my butt off. Please, please give me money." And the fact that you say, "Oh, we've only had small tips or we've only had small kicks. We need something bigger," shows you why people hate you, Phil. You're an arrogant, entitled a-hole who doesn't get it. Your head is so far up your ass, you don't understand. Like any creator, let's say they got 100 kicks, be like, "Oh my god, thank you so much for that. I appreciate that." But Philly goes, "That's all you're giving me? Are you serious? Like, come on, give me something bigger, dude." What a douchebag. And if you thought his addiction wasn't as bad as everyone thinks, he said he checks the Pokemon Center website every single morning when he wakes up. So that's right. As soon as he wakes up, he doesn't get breakfast. He doesn't talk to his wife that apparently he says he never sees and he wishes to have more time with. He doesn't see his cat son. He goes right to that website to see if they're available. Yeah, what a scumbag. Now, this is some of the dumbest things ever. So, DSP says he has no time to do anything off screen. He can't play a game. He can't go get food. He can't get cards. He can't do this. He can't do that. He doesn't have time to spend with his wife. But what he does have time for is to organize his Pokemon cards by rare and super rare. And look at all the pages he has filled out. You're telling me this guy doesn't open stuff offline? Just wait till you see how many pages and how many cards DSP has on this just one folder.
So as you can see, what I do is I put them in here by rarity. So first you have the standard version of a card, then you have the reverse holo, then the standard, then the reverse holo. Standard, reverse holo. In some cases, there's an EX I don't have, so I leave that empty. So this binder is basically the entire set of Pitch Black. So anytime you see an empty, it means I didn't have that version. So in this case, that is Heatran. I have standard, but I never got the reverse holo, so that space is empty. As you can see, the EXs are in there too if I have them. Okay? So this is the whole set of Pitch Black, and I have one of every normal card, and I took those out to make a set, and now these are the ones that I'm using to build another set. So the good news is, which I didn't know, there's only 2 of those full holo energy cards in the set. One is this one, Shadowy Energy, and the other one is Voltaic Energy, which is electric. I had both. So I had enough to have the whole set, which is cool. So the first box basically got me a set, And this next box, I'm hoping we'll get 1 or maybe 2 more sets. We'll have to see, because some of the cards are a pain. Definitely the Voltaic Energy is the one that I don't have another one right away. And I think there was one other card that I don't have a duplicate of. I'm trying to remember what it was off the top of my head, and I'm not. Yeah, there's one other card that I'm missing, I think, a full holofoil of. But it's not coming to mind immediately. I don't have all of the EXs. So hopefully we'll get a lot of EX hits in this next Pitch Black box as we open it. Because I would like to have a full set. A full set entails that you have all the EX cards as well. The rarer set is the reverse holo set. So instead of going for normals and holos, you're just trying to do every card reverse holo. And then by far, the rarest you can get is the master set. The master set means you literally have every single card, including all the hits. Like you would need both Mega Darkrai EXs, every card in the set. Then you can say, oh, I have the master set. So I doubt I'll ever get a master set. You have to pull endless boxes to do that. Or,
Well, Phil, you're spending money like you got endless money, so I'm sure one day you'll get those cards. Because you need it. You really, really do. And DSP not understanding card value, he is upset. The card values change over time, cut in the profits he has earned from booster boxes. Now, for one thing, the profits are not from the card hits, because remember, DSP always said he is not going to sell them. He has no intentions to sell them. So the profits come from $50 to open a pack, and earned is weird way of saying begging for money like a bitch. He's definitely retarded. 42 going on 16. Actually, 44 going on 16. Yeah, this guy is almost 50, remember. He's pathetic. And guys, another stream. Another low support. And he's telling people he's not going to open a single pack of Pokemon, but he's now saying, you got to give me money. Otherwise, I'm not opening up that free pack.
okay. So yes, everyone, it is time for my break of the stream. It'll be about a 10-minute break, roughly. Okay, well, I'm going to get my coffee, too. I need it. When I come back, man, it would be great to get some support for the stream. As you guys can see, it is incredibly low support Pokemon stream today. Now, I am here till 4 p.m. Here's the deal. Right now, I always do a freebie pack opening when we play Pokemon. But if we don't hit $100 of support by the end of the stream, I'm not going to do an entire video just for one pack opening. So, FYI, we need to hit the $100 milestone to do DSP pack rips, or else I'm just going to save that pack for the late stream of Pal World, okay? Now, obviously, I would like to get more support for Pokemon. I love the game. It's chill vibes. I'm having a good time. Please support it. Thank you to Joseph. Joseph just did a $5 super sticker. I appreciate that, Joseph. As you can see, you actually just became the top super chatter of the day. It's been a very, very slow support day so far. All right? So, guys, here's the deal. When I come back, let's get some support rallying. Let's get some momentum. All right? And let's get a nice milestone so we can do some pack openings of Pitch Black at the end of the stream. Okay? But in the meantime, I'm going to go on break. I'll play you guys some music. And I will see you guys in a few. Okay? I'll be back in a few. Okay, I'm back, everybody. Welcome back to the stream. Welcome back to Pokemon Brilliant Diamond. Hope you enjoyed the relaxing break. Now it's time to continue with the game. So as I said, here's how it's going to go. All right. Very simply put. We're going to play for about an hour to an hour and a half. We're going to see how things go. If you guys enjoy the stream, please support it. If we hit a milestone of $100 of support raised, we will open 2 packs of the Pokemon Pitch Black cards and hopefully get some hits. If not, if we don't hit $100 of support on this stream, then we're not going to open any cards on this stream. All right, we'll save it because we have 1 pack I was going to open as a freebie. We'll just have to save it for the late stream of Pal World. Now, I know that you guys like Pokemon. All right, we've been playing it for many, many months, and we get a good crowd for it. If you like it, please support it. This is the final Pokemon stream of the week, FYI. We had a little poll this morning, and we decided that there's going to be 2 streams of Assassin's Creed, 2 streams of Dark Souls 2, and then Friday is Marvel Tokon. So there will be no more Pokemon this week, but there will be more next week when I come back on Sunday, actually. It'll be the first stream. Okay? So, please support it if you like it. And let's go. Like I said, let's get a rallying of a little bit of support from every area. Let's get a super chat. Let's get a tip. Let's get a membership. Let's get a sub. Let's get some kicks. Just a little bit from everything added up. Boom. We'll be there before you know it. Okay? I just sat down with my coffee. And I've confirmed the reason that I keep seizing today's allergies because I went outside during the break and immediately my throat started to itch and tickle. I'm like, that's allergies. So there's some kind of pollen in the air today that's really bothering me. It's very, very annoying. Okay? So it sucks, but what can you do? All right, let's resume what we're doing. Here we go.
Now, this is going to be very awesome when this blows up in his face and people no longer want the cards, no longer want Pokemon, and he's going to be like, what do I do next? What do I do? How do I grift? Because he's running out of ideas. Yeah, his begging is crazy. He's running out of ideas. He's throwing shit at the wall, see what sticks, and a lot of it's not sticking. And this was extra scummy, so apparently someone donated $200 to DSP before the stream and then said, oh, please, I don't want you to put it on the leaderboard. But DSP, even with this, was having low support, and he kept saying, well, I'll respect your wishes, and begged like a crackhead, saying he needed to hit the goal, the milestone, so he can open up more cards. What a scumbag. Then we have this. Put Cat's nudes on the Voom. Hey Phil, why don't you go full-time pay cuck opening Jade, No Joy, Pirates, Uzi, He Joy, Marble Rival, and Street Fighter. I mean, Jade is your only real fan. After all, make the stream for him. And DSP also said, oh, the One Piece cards, I'm not going to look at them. I'm not going to, buy them. I'm not going to do anything. There's no real value to them. So his whole thing is buying cards now that have value, even though he said, I'm never going to sell them. I want you to make that sense for me. Like, make that make sense. But now, after hearing that they actually do have value and there's hits in there, DSP is all about it. So after Final Fantasy, he's going after One Piece cards now that he knows they have value.
Okay, let me search for Sakazuki in this set. Sakazuki. There it is. It says 76 cents. I click on it. 1,197. The app is completely glitched. I obviously will have to apologize. I was making my judgments based on an app that doesn't work. The card is worth $1,197, but when you search for it in Rare Candy, it says 76 cents. All right, I stand corrected. There's value in One Piece cards. I stand completely corrected. Okay? 100%. Thank you for correcting me, because now I know there's value. Because I was looking at One Piece cards, and I was like, the value doesn't make sense. I don't want to get them. But the thing is, I like One Piece. I would consider opening One Piece cards if you guys wanted me to. If there's a $1,000 card chance in a set that I can get a box, I'm just curious. Give me a sec, because I was looking at them the other day. So, here it is. Factory sealed box. Let's see how many packs come in a box, because I don't know.
What is going on, Lord Diaz? How you doing, my friend? Joining us here today. What's going on, Gribus? How you doing, my friend? And yeah, it's amazing how his addiction's just getting out of control more and more. And he's only going after stuff that has value. But again, he said this is supplementary to his content. It doesn't want to be the full content. But now, it's the full content. And he even made these jokes. Guys, you're never going to believe this. He was joking about how people are going to support him so much today that he's going to open up 36 packs of cards. And when DSP jokes about something, he's serious. Because what he will do is he will joke about it. If it lands, it's serious. If it doesn't land, he's just joking, dude. just like Boogie. He 100% cuts his hair, good lord. Oh, just wait, because we're going to talk about his new haircut that he had this week as well. And again, guys, he's so addicted. Instead of day one views on video games, he now wants day one views on Pokemon cards as they release. This man is going to spend all his money and go bankrupt for a second time because of Pokemon cards. I don't know if that's more pathetic than WWE Champions or less pathetic. Let me know in the comments below. And then look at this. My God, look at this. Look at this face right here. That is not a face of a 44-year-old man. That is Ozempic aging him like crazy with the snort sacks, the ball sack forehead, and the N64 hair. My God, he is grotesque. He is absolutely ugly. Oh my God, it's hard to look away. It's like when you go to back in the day, you know, the circus with the cage freaks. DSP would be a cage freak in the circus. You can't fade it on your own. Those snort sacks are out of control. Ozempic Max, and that is true. And we have Ollie Morgan. By the way, happy anniversary of the July 23rd exploit Jasper for views and expose WWE Champions addiction in 240p. Daily wrap, and also congrats DSP for 2,000 consecutive daily logins on WWE Champions. And then we have this, so we got Cat's horseshoe right here. We got the headphones, and we got the baby diaper here. And also he's got, looks like a camel toe right here. That's on brand for DSP. Then we have DSP as an elf, or a goblin. Why was he making that face? Well, you could ask that anytime. DSP makes a lot of weird faces. And then we also have him as the Greed Goblin. Look at that. Why does that look so natural for Phil? Why does that look so natural? Like, oh my God. I could see him actually doing that for Halloween. And then we have this from Nerd Brew. A crazy old man had to be escorted out of Costco because he got in a fight about Pokemon cards. Then we see Phil yelling at other people, "Give me those Pokemon cards!" So Pokemon trading cards sort of sets $29.99. And there he is. This is the good ending in DSP's life. Being escorted out of Costco, being arrested by 2 cops. Of course, DSP would love that because he gets all the free food in jail and all the butt sex he wants. Then again, he'd be receiving it, not giving it. Then we have Baldo Bull. Looks like he accidentally left the camera on after the daily cope. And you see DSP with a bunch of Pokemon cards, opening his rips, and crying about it that he got low support. God damn, dudes. I need that support. You think all these cards are going to pay for themselves, dude? Then we have Phil Burnell in Ram Ranch. And look at that smile on his face. This is too much muscle for him, though. And he's like, "Come on, boys. Come on, boys." Then we have DSP made this picture right here, which I don't know why he would do that on camera, but everyone put LTG behind him. And we have age 41 Cam, and it's DSP deep-throating LTG. Then we have DSP on his iPad playing his mobile games with his soother and bonnet here. Why does this look so natural? Just why? Then we have Jade once he joins the Crips and he's in charge and he's leading it. He has a happy life now. His big muscles, his tattoos. Jade's got it made now, dude. And then we have Whoa Mo's Ass Real, who put Cyrax and DSP as Beavis and Butthead here. And look at that gut right there. Too much hair, though. And then DSP played someone who was called DSP will get banned on YouTube. You know, eventually, hopefully, it happens. And then this right here is a job application that's used in a leverless controller. And I got a feeling, I just have a feeling, that this would also drop his inputs. And he's like, "Nothing I could do, dude. Nothing I could do. I need the Rolls Royce of job applications." And we have DSP with a gun with a tips jar, or tip can. "Give me the money, dudes. It almost reminds me of that meme where it's like the girl with the gun is like, I'm just joking. I don't have Netflix. Now sit down. We're going to try root beer flavors. And it's just DSP is like, you want chill, robust gaming? Too bad. There's none here. Now give me your money, dudes. And then we have DSP as an action figure. So we have, it's 220, level 1 collector series, and it comes with the cowboy hat, the Sonic hat, and the chill, robust hat, plus also diapers too. RGBs not included, just in time for Christmas. Then we have Jade with his scissors trying to be Phil's barber here. And then we have that famous picture of DSP and Kat in the car, but it's a more realistic one here, where they're in a kid's car, and this is basically what Phil wants to pay for money. He wants a car that's low cost, dude. And then we have Phil in Costco trying to get his, I think that's Pokemon boxes there. Look like a retard shop in there. I can't believe that's a real picture of Phil. Like, that's not altered at all. That's actually a real picture of him. And then, guys, DSP always brags about his cooking. Now, I want you in the stream, or in the chat, or in comments, let me know, what do you think these are right here? Could they be croutons? Could they be mushrooms? No, no, no. Because you see, these right here, these are meatballs. And these are halfway cooked for DSP. So this is from his famous sauce making video. Yeah, those are meatballs. Where you can tell they're blackened. So this is halfway cooked for him. They went even further. And then DSP always talk about authentic Italian food and Italian pizza, and he knows Italian pizza, and everyone else doesn't know how to make it. Well, take a look at this. This is DSP from 2021. When my wife gets home from a long day of work and wants pizza, we don't order out. I make her pizza. Look at all the crust here. Look at all the crust. Look at the ratio of sauce, cheese, and pepperoni here. This is an abomination. It's almost like he put it on the pizza and like scrunched it up towards the middle. Oh man, oh man. Phil, what are we doing here? The saddest pizza I've ever seen, yeah. And we have save Zelda jammies from garage. Quick, Phil, go on a rescue mission. Save the Zelda jammies from the garbage landfill. I know it's still out there. You may need to scale Styrofoam Mountain, but for the Zelda jammies, it's worth it, King. Of course, the Zelda jammies would be the jammies he shat himself in, I think twice. And then they never came back on stream ever again. And we have Panda was hotter, no pedo. Hey King, why did you downgrade so hard from Panda, who was 17, to Cat? You let Panda age a little so you don't have to worry about the FBI. Anyways, why so downgrade to the horse? That pizza looks like something a little kid made. Yeah. And we have PPP got rid of the pedo. Wee woo. Reminder, Phil harbored a pedophile in his chat, knowingly, until a blobby orange man that plays the triangle made him ban him. It made Phil sad for 2 reasons: to ban a known pedo. Then we have Flatman's trans hooker. So this is Flatman B's trans hooker. Is Flatman B here? He owes me money. I know you pay for an hour and finish in 2 minutes, but that's your problem, not mine. Oh, you got that in common with PWR. And then I'm not going to play it here, but apparently Flatman B made a diss track to the Tractors, and it was one of the most horrible things ever. I'm not going to play it because it's really stupid. But we also have this. Apparently this is Ping Trip. I don't know who this is, but apparently Flatman B is a mod for him as well. And well, he's tired of all the baggage that comes with Flatman B and all the DSP stuff as well. So shout out to DSP Pikachu.
I want to see everything burned down.
Super chatted $2. Why is my wrench gone, homie?
Flatman, because it brought too much fucking baggage, Flatman. Okay? If you want me to address it on stream, I can address it on stream. I couldn't deal with the amount of people fucking harassing me on Twitter. And if I knew adding you as a wrench would bring that much baggage along with it, I never would have added you, Flatman. And I'll give you a little advice. Since you have all this baggage from DSP, you might not want to mod other channels and just bring all of that negative attention to their channels. Because next thing you know, I'm dealing with people accusing me of I'm paying a mod that's hiding fucking pedophile shit. I don't want drama, and I don't want to deal with the drama from some other channel being thrown on my lap. And now I got a bunch of fucking psychos who do nothing but harass people for a living, harassing me just because I made a fucking fan of mod. So it's not worth it, Flatman B. You're going to have to live without a mod. I don't understand why it's so important for you anyway. You shouldn't care, okay? But I don't need DSP's drama becoming my drama. Somebody I don't even give a fuck about. All right, so I just don't need the drama, Flatman, okay? I don't need to be up at 3 a.m. checking my Twitter and getting spammed about how, oh, this mod's a PDF file protector. And I mean, I looked into a little bit of the drama. It's like, okay, DSP had a fan who was like, had a playlist with a bunch of little girls on there. And apparently what everybody's mad at you about is because you were hiding everybody that was trying to tell DSP that this dude was a weirdo, and then you were deleting their comments. So now they're calling you a PDF defender. I think that's a little fucking stretch. It's a little mean. I don't know the details, but I don't need the fucking baggage, dude. And it's nothing personal, Flatman B. I know the situation you're in, but hey, I don't need the baggage. I hope you understand, bro. Like, I don't need a bunch of drama from another channel that has nothing to do with me to get thrown on my lap, especially when they're using language like protecting PDF files. Like, I don't need that shit, bro. And honestly, I don't need anybody to be a mod either. So I was just like, okay, look, you keep asking. You support the channel. I appreciate that. Okay, I'll make you a mod. It means nothing to me. I don't need a mod, but as a reward, because that's most of my mods are like longtime viewers who are very supportive. And it's like almost like a reward. If they want to be a mod, okay, well, you've been here for years and you support the show. All right, go ahead. But I don't really need mods and just worry about spam. So it's like, So I hope you understand, Flatman B. And I would suggest in the future, knowing that you have like a whole army of haters that follow you around, you might not want to bring that baggage and be a mod for another channel, because you're just going to have those haters then. I mean, this one dude, whatever the fuck, I can't remember his name. Something about Reddit. Delete Reddit, I think is his name on X. Like, it's just 3 weeks of him just being like, do you know you have a pedophile defender as a mod? And then like accusing me of like paying you. And I'm like, I don't pay my fucking mods. Who the fuck pays their mods? And these are some of the craziest people on the internet, Flatman B. They are. I don't need their attention. I don't need them coming after me and like trying to fucking watch every second of my life and be like, oh, I don't need that bullshit, bro. But it's nothing against you. It's just, I don't want the drama, man. I got enough shit I'm dealing with in my life. I don't need to be on X dealing with people trying to accuse me of being involved in some other fucking channel's drama I got nothing to do with, I know they're insane, Flatman B. And I don't know, I could see it from both perspectives. You're running you're moderating for DSP. He's someone that just gets nonstop trolls. People probably make shit up all the time just to create some drama. And you probably just started deleting those messages because you're like, oh, here's somebody else making some shit up and blah, 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 blah. It's just unfortunate, and you probably shouldn't mod for DSP as well. I would quit modding for DSP as well. I mean, dude, it's bringing too much. If I was you, Flatman B, I would stop modding for DSP and I would change my name on the internet, okay? Because of all that shit, like, you have this baggage that follows you around that's not good for anybody, and you probably don't deserve it. So, I mean, changing your name would probably be a good idea, dude. I mean, unless your name's really important to you. But once again, I didn't want to bring it up, but you deserve an explanation. And again, don't take it personal, dude. It's just I don't want to deal with baggage from another channel that has nothing to do with me. And I especially kind of despise the people who like just hate watch people. It's like, okay, you hate DSP, but yet you spend your entire life watching them, and it's like, that's why I never could get into DSP content, because I find DSP's voice to be annoying. I find DSP just overall, like, I can't listen to him talk. It's like, ugh, I don't know. But yet every fucking DSP locale shit is like, oh, so now I gotta sit here and listen to this guy talk for 4 hours, because that's what you guys are doing. You hate DSP, but you'll sit there and watch him all fucking day. It makes no sense. But yeah, I don't need the drama, dude.
And that's where that ends. This part right here, we will talk about in a bit here. Flatman B likes streamers that repeat themselves. Yes. The funny part about DSP is so stupid and always online. You don't have to make stuff up. That is true. What a dent he is. Oh, yes, he is. DSP got the same exact Final Fantasy themed magic cards that I got for my birthday. Of course, he would guilt trip his audience to pay him to open them. Yeah. And he didn't know any of the characters. Now we get to the gameplay section, where DSP is going to complain about people absolutely railing him in Dark Souls 2, invading him. And guys, it's the most DSP thing ever. And he's going to tell you, it's stupid, it's a flaw, they need to change it, dude.
That was a fun stream. Dark Souls 2, oh boy. This week in Dark Souls 2 was something else, okay? So this week, we took on No Man's Wharf, finally. Now, admittedly, we were way over-leveled for it, and the good news is that I did have a torch to start. I ran out, and then I had to go grind for them, and then I went back, and I did it again. And we did do all of No Man's Wharf. It was pretty funny. There was some silly deaths. At the end, I missed the shortcut, and I had to redo the whole thing again, which is funny. So anyway, it was entertaining. We went to Iron Keep, and as soon as we went to Iron Keep, it was like non-stop insane invasions. But I wish I could report that it was like fun invasions, that people were just trying to fight me, which I wouldn't mind. But that's not the case. Instead, basically people were trying to stream snipe and ruin the gameplay experience for everyone. Not just me, but the viewers. So they were hacking, and they were doing, I'm invincible, and I have non-stop magic that I can spam in every single direction, and you can't stop me or kill me. Oh, by the way, I throw a pot at you, and somehow it instantly breaks all of your equipment down 100%, so now you have to spend 10,000 souls to fix all your equipment. Screw you. There's a difference between, oh, I want to maybe invade Phil and have fun, you know, fighting him, versus, oh, I just want to ruin his entire game experience. Right? Like, literally, I just want to mess, you know, completely screw the entire thing up. That's just messed up, okay? So what ended up happening was, the invasions actually got so bad that I ended up having to turn off the online connectivity yesterday. Now, I didn't want to do that, but literally, I couldn't play the game. It was nonstop, constant invasion after invasion, and then they would just cheat. So there wasn't even a chance that I could survive. I had to turn off the online play. To be frank with you, I would like to turn the online play back on, but I need them to stop fucking around. If you're going to invade me, at least have a chance that I can win. And some people, admittedly, were fair and fine. I'm okay with that. If it's a legit invasion, that's fine. But not cheating the game. That's really stupid.
And you're going to see that's kind of a lie. He didn't turn it off. There's something else that happened. Now, the whole point of this run was supposed to be that he has mods on. Well, basically one mod, which is the lighted mod to make it look better. But now he's saying it's making it more difficult. The true reason, though, is that Phil sucks at these games. For years and years and years, he was handheld by his audience, by his chat, by Darziak, giving him builds, telling him what weapons to use, where to go, where to find all these stuff. Now he doesn't have that. And he is failing like crazy in this game. And of course, he has to soothe and coddle his ego, because his ego is number one. And he can't let the detractors get a win, dude.
I don't want Dark Souls 2 to be the slow stream because I like this game a lot, as you know. This has been one of the most challenging runs I've ever done because of this lighting mod that I'm using, path tracing. And I want to keep going. Like, I want to do not only the base game, I want to do the DLCs, of which there's, what, 3 or 4? So I want to play a ton of this game. I want to make this a very lengthy summertime playthrough for you guys. But I need people to show up and support it. So please do. I don't want...
Yeah, and he's just laying the foundation for a wage quit / rage quit. Because he knows he can't do this without being handheld. But guys, let's take a look at DSP in action for Dark Souls 2. And you tell me, is he getting worse and worse at this game?
Oh, come on. I got invaded? Apparently I got invaded. I don't even know what happened. I didn't see it say I got invaded, but apparently I did. Alright, let's just get this over with. A lightning lance. Come on, Germby. So much for him.
And that's basically all streams of Dark Souls 2. But now we have a very interesting thing that Phil says, that somebody will say, just admit the milestones are actually goals, and I will support. And DSP actually does say, well, I guess you could say milestones are goals. So the thing that he's been fighting to say this whole time, he is now admitted throughout the whole time that milestones are goals and you have to pay them.
Someone just said admit it's a goal and I'll support. A milestone, I guess you could say, is a goal, right? It is. But the thing is, I don't need to hit it every stream, and I don't, you know? Some streams we do absolutely overwhelmingly well, and other streams we don't. But the thing is, in general, oh yes, we got it. Nice. In general, I want these streams to do well. I want Dark Souls 2 to do well. I don't understand why it's not anymore, because it was doing really well at the beginning. And it seems to have died out now with the people who support it. I don't know why. Someone just said admit it's a...
Yeah, the people that support it, because they are turned off by all this Pokemon. They're turned off by all these begging for milestones. And they don't want to support you anymore, except for 220 under his soccer accounts. But let's be honest, you only have like 2 or 3 people actually supporting you. And if you thought it got bad there, let's take a look here, because he's now going to get frustrated with Dark Souls 2. And before he started this, he talked about how great Dark Souls 2 was. He loved the game. He can't wait to play it again. However, with low support and him getting humiliated time after time after time in this game, he's now saying it's a broken, bad game. And guys, you just can't make this up. It's DSP being DSP.
No, someone's fucking coming summoning, and I have no... I hate this fucking shit. I can't even play the game. Where's my sword? I literally can't even play the fucking game. What are you gonna do? Break my equipment? It's already broken. This is the hacker, as you can see. No, you cannot infinitely fire a spell while doing other things. This is not possible in the real game. This is also how he broke my equipment, by cheating, by hacking.
Oh man, he is getting so tired of this game. He wants to drop this so bad, but he also doesn't want to look like he's rage quitting games, even though he's rage quitting games. But that wasn't the only problem with this stream, because not only was he getting invaded and getting fucked over and just getting bent over and getting railed, showing the 50 states, he also has low support. And he's now telling you, come on guys, what's going on? And you haven't supported me in 90 minutes. Let's go. Let's rally for support, dude.
Guys, we haven't had any support in about almost 90 minutes. Can we get some support for the stream? Anything? A single super chat, a single membership, 100 kicks, a sub, a small tip, anything. I'm suffering with the game today for you guys. It'd be great to get some more support. So like I said, we can get to that milestone and do one more pack of cards for the end of the stream. What I would like to do. Guys.
And now, as Poems Past points out, DSP has now quit to the desktop 10 times to avoid playing invaders. But he refuses to disconnect his game entirely. Remember, pulling the plug, just like he said about LTG. And then we got this message here. Due to repeated illegal multiplayer disconnects, your connection to other worlds was lost. Only a bone of order can restore your connection. But it didn't stop there. Started in offline mode, multiplayer, messages, rankings, and other such network features will not be available. Play online, select Go Online from the title menu. That means not only is his chat not hand-holding him, not only is there's no Darziak, that means he can't even rely on the messages in-game to guide him where to go. And we have Snooze here. This generally takes more time than just letting the invader get you, DSP Gaming. Sodium. Remember when you criticized LTG for being a plugger? This run means nothing now. So true. So true. And then this is a little preview. How he tried to play Marvel Tokon Online, and the beta went down in 30 minutes. Then he went to old school fighters instead, but we'll get to that when we get to that. Now, let's take a look at Pal World. Let's see how well this is going. And spoilers, he is bored, support is low, and he doesn't know what to do, dude.
How was Black Fang? Pretty good. Today we did a lot of two main story missions. We finally met the assassins and are starting to work with James Kidd and the assassins. And then after that, we did the first base takeover, which was a big, what do they call it, like a fort. And that was fun. We blew all the walls down and everything. It was pretty cool. It was a pretty cool stream of Black Flag. How was Black Flag? Pretty good. Today we did...
And that was the whole stream, him talking about other games while bashing his head against the rock. But if you want to see robust, meaningful content that's chill, because remember, DSP always says he doesn't waste people's time like other content creators. But now, someone suggests this and he does this. DSP brought the entire stream to a halt to change the filter in his AC. I mean, that right there, dudes, it's so meaningful.
What am I allergic to? Pollen. I don't know which pollen it is that's acting up today, making me have this reaction. No, it's a good point. Someone just said, why don't you change the filters in your air conditioner? You know, I probably should. You know what? I'm going to, now that you've said that. Okay, hold on a second. I'm literally going to pause the recording and clean the filter in my air conditioner. Give me a second, because it's probably full of gunk. You're absolutely right. Let me take a look here. I already have an air purifier that's supposed to be cleaning the air naturally, but also I have an air filter in my furnace / air system that's really high grade, but I didn't change the filter or clean the filter in the air conditioner recently, so let me do that right now.
Yeah, I can see DSP saying that. And you're here, and you're chilling. Please support the stream right now, by the way. If you're enjoying the indies, if you enjoy YouTube in general, please support, dudes. I can see DSP saying that. Guys, people are not having fun. It's not going the way DSP wants, and he wants to know why. And he will do and say and talk about anything just to not play a game. This is the future of DSP Gaming, where he just talks over and over and over instead of playing the game. Because if you notice, the last few years, he's phasing out gameplay more and more. And one day, it's just going to be every single day of the week, him sitting there, waiting for money to come in, begging like a bitch, and not providing anything in return.
No, it's a good point. Someone just said, why don't you change the filters in your air conditioner? You know, I probably should. You know what? I'm going to, now that you've said that. Okay, hold on a second. I'm literally going to pause the recording and clean the filter in my air conditioner. Give me a second. Because it's probably full of gunk. You're absolutely right. Let me take a look here. I already have an air purifier in my room that's supposed to be cleaning the air naturally, but also I have an air filter in my furnace slash
Laskidia is
air
now
system.
following on
That's
Kick.
Oh, thank you for following. I'm at work right now. I'll like to pull up your next live and get some ideas too. Okay, cool. Relax your wallets with Phil. Wheelchair Sonic. I love that name. Oh yeah, we already bought. This is the air filter thing again. Now we get to TCG, where DSP 3 times was talking about what he ate for dinner, and he said it in the most mush mouth way possible from DSP.
What we had for dinner, we had turkey hot dogs with homemade turkey chili that my wife made from scratch, and we had a side of mixed vegetables. It was like carrots and peas and corn and green beans, all kinds of stuff mixed together. It was good.
Imagine playing a, let's say, well, I'll just be honest here. TCG, to watch someone play that is absolutely boring. But to watch that boring stream, plus someone tells you what they ate for dinner, that is the worst stream possible. WTF is he about to do? That's when he was about to clean his air filters in his AC. And then he wage quit TCG Sim, which we will see in a bit. 2 cats, 1 roach. Let's be real. The TCG Sim wage quit was actually because he was bleeding cash in the game, and having the store go bankrupt would have been ironic as it gets. That is right. The business major DSP, who went bankrupt already in a simulation game, was making his store go bankrupt. But remember, guys, he's the mature adult with the business degree. And again, he kept saying this during TCG. The people who usually support the game aren't even here. We know, Phil. It's like 3 people. On stream, oh my god, yes. He got up, cleaned his AC filters for a few minutes, and then went back. But remember, guys, he doesn't waste your time. And not only was he begging in Dark Souls, not only was he begging in Power World, he was also begging in TCG as well.
Once again, like I said, it would be great to get some subs tonight. We have 0. We have every kind of support tonight but subs. 1 sub on Kick, I'd be happy. How about that? Literally 1 sub, I'd be happy. Once again.
So he goes from, let's stop getting all these small support. Let's get some big support. Let's go. Let's get something significant. To, come on, please. Dude, just give me 1 sub. Please, dude. Please give me 1 more sub. We have this here. Now, this is very interesting. It got really, really bad with DSP and TCG because he's now saying he needs to hit the milestone. I repeat, he said he needs, not he wants. He needs to hit the milestone, but not only that, he needs to hit $100 immediately. No waiting, instant gratification. Needs to hit it right now. Let's go, guys. Let's rally.
Guys, we're 85. Let's do it right now. Let's get to 100 immediately. Whether it's 3 subs, whether it's some kicks, whether it's a super chat for 15, whether it's a tip for 15, let's get to 100 immediately. That way we lock in that we're doing DSP pack rips tonight because we'll at least have 2 packs to open, okay? Let's do it. Let's hit it right now. Guys, we're...
Does that sound like someone who's financially successful? Does that sound like someone who's in charge and doesn't care about money? No. And speaking of money as well, we have Timbo, who doesn't even want to stay around for TCG. That's how bad it's gotten. When a guy who went bankrupt 3 times for you says, well, you're playing this game, I'm out of here, see you later. That is sad, Phil. That is one of your remaining last true fans.
Stalking Tiger says, I just showed up, but I'll leave now. I'll be back tomorrow. All right. Have a good night, Stalking Tiger. Sorry you missed the end of TCG, but we really weren't doing anything. It was just the same stuff over and over. It was quite boring, honestly. Okay. Okay. Stalking Tiger, are you aware that I actually bought cards in real life today? I actually went and bought some because I had to, because I needed them right away because we had no cards. I actually drove physically to a shop and got them. I don't know if he took off though. He might, because he's the one who demanded that I do so.
Imagine being 44 years old and the biggest accomplishment of the day, probably of your life, is that you left the house. And the fact that he said, I physically drove there, makes me believe it was a lie. I don't know how this man survives. I don't know how this man goes day to day without any shame. And wearing that shirt, too. And now we get to the point where DSP is going to wage quit TCG. Remember, though, he got whaled out earlier in the year, or earlier in the week. But that doesn't matter. It's stream to stream, paycheck to paycheck, money to money. And TCG is not bringing it in.
You buy mystery boxes of old busted games, and then you actually clean them and refurbish them yourself, and you don't know what you got. So you clean a game, and it might be a giant hit. Oh my God, this is like a, Mega Man 2 on SNES. This thing's worth $500, and I just refurbished it. So now I got a, something I paid $2 for, I just made $500 on. You see? So those are some cool, chill style games that I think I would like to play when they come out. None of them are out yet. So for TCG Card Shop Sim, I enjoyed my time with the game. I had a great time with it. I think that we've done everything that we can logically do. We've seen, it was weird because I thought maybe we would actually get another stream out of it, but we've seen everything. We've done everything. That final set of cards is just the same. So thank you so much, whether you watched live on stream, whether you hung out with me on demand. However it was, anyone who supported, who liked, who watched, you guys are awesome. I love doing variety, and this is a great piece of variety that we did this year. So thank you guys so very much for that. I appreciate it. And I'll see you for more sim stuff, fun on DSP Gaming in the future. Thanks a lot, everybody. Okay, that's it. So that is it, guys. We're done with TCG. Like, there's nothing left to do. Oh, look. Influential shop, reach level 50. Destiny unlocked, Destiny pack, and sold a $5,000 card. I mean, we did that in the past. So that's kind of funny that it just says it now. We already did that.
And also, I just want to point out, I thought it was very funny. The name of his store here, DSP's Money Laundering Scheme. You could say that about his streams as well. And then next up, he put this as the daily wrap. Finally, it slowed down. Talk about TCG, but still a good game, or still a good day. This reminds me so much of American Truck Sim when he said, finally it ended. But he's like, you didn't give me enough money, but it's still a good day, dude. And then we get to Street Fighter. This is when he played it when the beta for Marvel Token went down. And of course, what does he do? He dashboard quits. I'm not kidding. He is now dashboard quitting in Dark Souls 2 and Street Fighter 2.
Here we go. Again, I'm not going to waste time on that guy because he doesn't even know how to play. He's just a waste of everyone's time. I got $10. JB says, you ever played Brutal Paws of Fury on Sega CD? It's a fighter with...
What a little bitch. Dashboard quitting. Then next up, we have the Marvel Token fight in beta. And guys, if you've seen DSP play any fighting game, whether it be Tekken, Street Fighter, or anything else, you know the exact same thing happens. Same excuses, the lag, rollback netcode, the player's cheating, blah blah blah. And Marvel Token is no exception.
Can't attack. He dropped it. Look at this nonsense. I can't do anything. This is all a combo in lag. Can't do anything. Great.
Cavalry's here. Leave it to me. Spot.
That's all mashing the button. Literally, they just mash and beat me with that.
Leave it to me.
Literally, they're just smashing in the lag like this, and it works.
I'm coming.
So you can't ever do dive because they can punish it by mashing after. Look at the combo they get. Dude, I'm not even doing anything. I'm literally doing nothing.
I'm ready to go, Wolverine. Leave it to me. Leave it to me.
What? What the fuck is this? You're just mashing. Ugh. I'm sure, oh yeah, this is 30 seconds of milliseconds, right? Oh my god, it's unplayable. I'm not doing anything. She gets free mash combo.
You got it. All right. Leave it to me.
It's so laggy. I can't do anything. Look, I can't do anything. I countered and got comboed by mashing. I'm not doing anything. I got hit by another mashing of X combo.
On it. Come on. Leave it to me. Leave it to me. Nothing can kill me.
Can't do a combo. Nothing. Oh, this game is terrible. This game is 100% lag and mash. That's it. It's fucking garbage.
Anytime. Ilyana. Out of the way.
I can't do anything. She's mashing. Look, just mash.
Watch out. Ready? Let's do this. Come on. Get up. Next force.
I don't know what just happened.
Not today. I got you. Mine. Got this guy.
Couldn't block.
KO. You're running out of time. Final round. Now walk it away. Come on.
I'm just down backing. I still got hit.
Out of the way. Time for action.
Mash the auto combo. It showed me hitting and it took it back.
Not today. Out of the way. Nothing can kill me.
I can't dash. I'm trying to dash. Nothing. It won't dash. It won't dash. It fucking sucks. The game is terrible.
Got this. Back off.
No combo.
All right. Ready? Let's do this. Out of the way.
Doesn't work. I just did a move. Nothing. Yo, the game is awful. I'm not even kidding. You see how bad the connection is? The game is fucking terrible. All they're doing is sitting there not knowing what to do and then mashing light and then mashing light. I can't even do anything because the game lags so bad I can't do a move I want.
Round one.
Can't attack.
Yeah, he is useless as well. Yeah, this game sucks all because you have low tips. That is true. And then, for some reason, even though this is a beta, DSP kept saying this is launch day for mobile or Marvel token and used that as a reason why the game should have better connections. This man doesn't understand betas. He doesn't understand pre-alpha builds. He doesn't understand early access. Do you remember when he played, oh, what was that Sims-like game? Enoid or Encoid or something like that, where he played as himself and he died in his sleep. But that was early access. He kept saying, this game's unfinished. It's not polished. Why did they launch this? Why did they put this out? They screwed everyone. This is misrepresented the game. Dude, why would they do this? And he still doesn't understand that, even though he's been doing this for 20 years. died after first day of work with no friends or family. That is right, because he got negative karma or something like that. Henry Epstein Real, nice name. And then he was mad because the new Marvel game doesn't tell him how to use the characters, and he's getting his ass kicked. Now, I will say this. I booted this up on PlayStation. The very first thing that it launches into, you have no choice. Well, you can skip it, but you don't have to. Is the very first thing that launches is the tutorial. It shows you how to play as the characters and all the moves and stuff. But of course, DSP has Gin Brain, doesn't retain anything. And as David Burnell points out, what happened, Phil? Through the age of discovery, you wanted everyone to discover it at the same time. But now you're saying, I don't want that, dude. Give me the yellow paint. And then we have DSP now is going to rage quit the beta here. Shout out to Duty with his Family Ties intro.
Look, dude, I don't want to play. I didn't do anything. And look at the combo the game awards you with. I didn't do anything. I'm sitting still blocking.
Get in the way.
I can't. Fuck this game. The game is terrible. You see the connection is 100 milliseconds, and they just attack. I'm just blocking. It doesn't block. The game is garbage. This is a horrendous beta. Absolutely fucking horrendous beta. There's no point in playing. If all they can do, attack. I can't do a move. I can't block. I can't do anything because the game is fucking shit online. The lag is atrocious. Absolutely atrocious. Why am I going to bother playing that shit? I'm not. That is a awful beta. You have to hope that they are going to have a good fucking fixing of this by the time it comes out. It's in less than 2 weeks. This comes out, what, August, 6th? That's absolutely awful. Do you see it's 115 milliseconds, and they mash, and you can't even play the game. But I can't even do anything. I'm just literally not pressing a button. I'm just blocking, and it hits. So fuck them. Like Arxis, they fucked it up bad. Hey, Arxis, you fucked up. You put out a beta that plays like shit. Now, you know the FGC is going to kiss your fucking ass and say that it's good. It's not. Your beta is trash. I would argue the visuals are good, and there might actually be a really good fighting engine there, but I can't tell because your beta is terrible. 2 weeks from the launch of your game, the beta doesn't even work. Can't get matches in ranked or casual. Got to go to a lobby. In the lobby, the game lags to shit, and everyone just mashes buttons, and you can't block. Fuck you, Arxis. Fix your game. Because I want a new game to play, and this one looks good. The visuals are good. And like I said, some of those combos are nice. I think some of these characters could have some unique abilities. It could be fun. But, dude, that plays like ass online. Every connection was laggy tonight. Every single one. Even when it said 20 milliseconds, the game lagged to shit. Wow. 2026. 2 steps forward, 12 steps back. Awful. Absolutely fucking awful. Well, it is what it is. Now,
it's always funny how, like I said before, doesn't matter what fighting game it is, as long as it's not Street Fighter 2 Turbo, he doesn't like it. And he wants all the games to play like Turbo 2. The reason for that is that's the last time he had glory. His 4th place at EVO, #1 North American, by the way. But that's all he has left. His girlfriend Panda left. His friends John and Rambo left, even though Howard wasn't, or not John and Rambo, John and Howard, even though Howard wasn't really a friend, dude. But yeah, this is what he clings on to because that's the last time in his mind he was good. He doesn't like his life now. He has a fat wife that hates him, a cat son that hates him. He has no friends. He stays in that room 24/7, begging dents like Jade and Slayer for money, and that twisted sick freak ICS. Doesn't play like Street Fighter 2. You're bored. You bore everyone, Philip. Most pathetic quitter in gaming. Okay, Cupcake. This drives a man to drink coffee. Yeah. Yeah. And then next up. So this is what he got for Tokon Fighting Souls. $167. $118 came from Super Chats. And $50 came from Jax Raxter. That is sad. That is sad. That is not looking good for you there, King. Imagine if Jax didn't show up. And then think about how crazy this sounds. DSP said today, anyone who doesn't agree with what Phil says cannot consider themselves a fan of his. And as P-Wop points out, holy cult speak, because he always says, don't listen to detractors, don't watch their content, it's all lies. If you want the truth, come to me. Even though he lies about everything, even WWE champions, his wife, his parents, everything, his son Cat, or his son Jasper, and even said to Craig, it doesn't matter if it's honesty or not, it's still an answer. That guy is telling you he is being truthful and the detractors are not. He needed $300 for Fight Night, dude. That is true. And as well, that's why they called him Snort Korea leader Kim Jong Phil. And he did this weird stream. So if you remember, he did his closet clean out. Then he did another stream where he priced out his retro games. And then he did a third stream. But the third stream was the worst of all. All it was taking his video games, putting them in plastic, and putting them on a shelf. That's all it was. And he thought he was going to get showered over and over and over with money. But guess what, guys? I don't know what's going on. This is one of the lowest supported streams of the year. Why is no one supporting? It's because nobody cares, Phil. You're putting out the most boring streams ever, and you think you should be showered with $300+ every stream.
I hope that you enjoyed. To everyone here tonight who did actually support the stream, thank you. I do appreciate that very, very much. And I certainly hope that perhaps you'll come back and hang out with me again when I do more sessions, because I usually don't do retro game stuff like this, but I do chill with Phil and other kind of hangout sessions. You know, I've done Lego builds nights and stuff like that. So maybe we'll figure out, like, what's the next chill project that I might want to work on for varieties, right? Okay. All right. So everyone, thank you so much. Everyone here, you guys were awesome. Let's see where I'm sending. No, obviously no pack openings tonight because we haven't had any support in like an hour. So it is what it is. We got to 76 and then we just stalled completely. Let's see. All right. Mad TV it is. You guys go see Mad, see what he's up to. Have a good night on Kick. No? Okay. And YouTube viewers, thank you so much. Remember, tomorrow, all day long, Marvel Tokon Beta. We're going to find out if this game is any good, if I like to play it, if I'm going to get it in the future. I'm not sure because I really haven't had much or any exposure to it. That's why we're playing it all day, both streams tomorrow, to get a good idea for what it is and go from there. Okay, guys? So thank you so much. Have a good evening. I'll see you all in the morning. Marvel Tokon all day long to end my week. Good night, everyone. Peace out.
And as you can see, he left his slideshow on for a very, very long time. Like, look at this. He's just waiting. Just drop the money, dudes. Just drop the money. I'm ready for it, dude. so pathetic. He's just waiting for that money. And it's amazing when he does like 20 minutes of slideshow. Oh, we already saw that one. Now, this is interesting. So this is one of the big rants he had, I guess, last week, you could say, is about the word retard. And he's saying how it's not a slur, it's okay to say it, and encourages people to say retard all the time. And just, it's okay, dude. It's not an insult. And he also compares it to the N-word, saying that the N-word is a slur because there's no positive condensation of it, or condemnation of it. But Phil, what is the positive of saying retard?
Look it up. It's not a slur. It's not the N-word, okay? The N-word is a slur. The N-word has no positive meaning. It's all negative. It's not a descriptive word meant to do something. It's just meant to offend, okay? This word, retard or retarded, is not an offensive word unless you take it that way. So stop.
But of course, past DSP has always said it's a bad word. You shouldn't say it. And then he also says this as well, where he went on a rant saying that if you call someone a dork, you're actually calling them a penis.
Job to tell you these things so that you can improve your life. You can't tell me that. People just can't handle reality. You know what I'm saying? They just can't. The terminology that was used by small children in the 1980s cannot be offended. You know, are you offended by the word dork? If you call someone a dork, do you know what a dork is? It's a whale penis. I'm serious. When you call someone a dork, you're calling them a whale penis. Is that super offensive to you? Job to tell you these things.
What is going on, Unfiltered Podcast Texas? How you doing, my friend? By Phil's own logic, he is a regard. That is true. He doesn't have enough time to spend with his wife. Meanwhile, 20 minutes of slideshows. Why does he know that? Yeah. Well, he's all about the penis and knowing about them. So now we're going to go back in time where Phil says there's nothing wrong with the word retard. And it's okay to say it, encourages people to say it. So this is when he was going after Review Tech USA, when he was with the Kino Casino. And this right here is Woke Side Phil. Pendulum swings, dude.
There you go now. Yeah.
Take your time. Phil is your biggest fan from what I hear.
Look, DSP is a fucking retard. I can't really put it any other way. Oh, sorry. Am I okay to say that on your show? I said it on my show.
Yes, I say retard all the time.
Andy Pym subscribed to the channel.
Oh, thank you for subscribing. Thank you for that, dude.
There you go now. Yeah.
Take your time. Phil is your biggest fan from what I hear.
Look, DSP is a fucking retard. I can't really put it any other way. Oh, sorry. Am I okay to say that on your show? I said it on my show.
Yes, I say retard all the time. It's fine.
Yeah, cool.
So the first words out of Cog's mouth is a slur that you're not supposed to say, right?
It's funny how in the past he said, oh, you're not supposed to say it. It's a bad word. But now he's saying, oh, it's okay. You can say it. Pendulum swings there, Philip. The pendulum swings. But we're not done there yet, because we have more of Woke Side Phil, as he's going to talk more about the word retard, and then we're going to see a past shot of DSP saying, that's a bad word. You should never, ever say that.
I'm sorry that you don't like the word retarded. I hate to tell you, it's not a swear, and it's not a horrible word. It's something that when I was young was used on the schoolyard when we were all 5. And just because society is now ultra sensitive and thinks it's an offensive word, it's not. Sorry. It's just not. It's nothing offensive about it. If something is retarded, it basically means that it's kind of stunted, it's slowed down, it hasn't had full development. Now, yes, there is a actual condition called mental retardation that's different than saying retarded. It is. It's completely different. It's not even the same terminology. It doesn't mean the same thing. When I say that the guy his thoughts are retarded. I mean, he's a slow guy. He's thinking dumb things because he listens to gullible people and he doesn't fully think out his thoughts. There's nothing wrong with saying that at all. It's time to stop with bullshit. It really is time to stop being so weak and scared about saying words that are common words that everyone should be able to use, because some people in society got sensitive about it at some point. That's absolutely ridiculous. How about this? Fuck you, you dumb piece of dumb shit. You're an idiot. You're a moron. You're a mouth-drooling fucking retard. I shouldn't have said that. Stupid idiot! Not retard. You never use the word retard anymore in a bad way. It's tough for me, and here's the truth. It's tough for me to not, because when I was a kid, that was a common insult. It was a common insult you would say. You would call someone that. And you don't anymore. It's not acceptable. You should not do that. It's actually, I almost said it. I got close. I almost said it. And I didn't say it. How about...
Shut up, Phil. 100% Phil was called that a lot by kids on the playground, yeah, and probably adults too, including his parents. YouTube must be protecting him. They're making money off of him. They're not going to cut off a money source unless they really have to. What about horrible Phil? Phil is horrible. That is true. And then he had this big rant about his mod because his mod wasn't doing his job. And he yelled at him and screamed at him, demanding he do something, or else he's going to take his mod chip away. And then the next day he said, well, that never happened. They're all lying. I never said that. And we have Fun Crusher here, who's going to slice it all together to show that Phil treats his mods like employees and they have to do what they say, even though one of the things about being a mod is that you have to give DSP money. You have to do labor for him for free, even though he makes $120,000 a year. But again, DSP is a scumbag alien.
Kick Chat is acting like I sat here and I lectured the guy for an hour and I yelled at him and I was mean to him. Hey, Spoons, there's a bunch of trolls in chat and you're literally doing nothing about it. Look at the amount of idiots spamming. You're not doing anything. You're not timing anyone out. Really. So why did I mod you then? None of that happened. I didn't ban him. I didn't even demod him. Are you going to moderate or should I just demod you now? You're not moderating the fucking Kick Chat, dude. He just left of his own accord and everyone decided to be a bitch and hissy fit about it like I did something wrong. I didn't. Time these fuckers out that are spamming and saying dumb shit, or else there's no point in having you as a moderator. That was the reason I modded you to begin with. If you think I did, fuck you. Okay? You're fuck off. So if you got a problem with that, fuck you, leave.
A man in my position can't afford to be made to look ridiculous. Now you get the hell out of here.
Kick Chat is asking like...
Yeah, Phil, he's going through mods like crazy, and like 90% of them are ICS, pretend to be someone else, as this is the pattern that happens with Phil's mods. A random person will show up, never before in the chat, unload lots of money on him, then eventually becomes a mod, eventually turns against him, tells him off and leaves, and then another new person comes in, which is his newest sock account, and the pattern and the circle is over and over and over again. That's only 50% correct, Phil. The proper definition is a force or action that impedes, restricts, or hinders development. So technically, by that proper definition, Phil is the regard. That is true. He is definitely a regard. Oh. And then here. So now we have Phil yet again going after his biggest scapegoats, which is the FGC. And he's complaining because, you know, we've said it before, he wants all games to be Street Fighter 2 Turbo. And he's saying how fighting games caters to casuals. The truth is, Phil, you just suck at all games, especially fighting games. You got left behind. You refuse to do any service level, like, knowledge of it. You see the surface level and you go, okay, that's all I need. Everyone else goes, okay, how can I improve? How can I get better? And it's just like on YouTube. You do the bare minimum, actually it's less than the bare minimum. And you wonder why everyone else gets views over you. You wonder why everyone gets more popular than you. You wonder why everyone else makes money instead of you. It's because you suck. You refuse to adapt. You refuse to get better. But of course, it's everyone else's fault, especially the FGC.
Yes, I 100% think fighting games now cater to casuals. They're all designed for casuals. Back in the day, fighting games figured that the best way that they were going to be prominent and popular was to be highly competitive and well-designed, because it was head-to-head competition in person in an arcade. And that's how it did. It's like, oh, I want to go to the arcade and I want to play against people in a competitive setting. And it's very, you know, put your quarter up. Who's got next? Who stays on the cabinet? Who's going to win the tournament? That's what it was all about back in the day. Now, just like everything else, all fighting games want to do is sell mass copies. They don't give a shit if anyone actually thinks it's competitive. Like, take a look at Mortal Kombat. The last few Mortal Kombats, the last two particularly, were not good competitive games. Mortal Kombat 1 wasn't. It was a sales success, massive sales success, and everyone dropped it after like a few months because the game is terrible. Plays like shit, online's laggy, it's trash. But they don't care because they made their money. That's what's happened with modern fighters, is that they just want to sell to the masses and keep selling DLC to the masses, and they don't actually care if the competitive nature of the game is good. Street Fighter 6 is not the worst Street Fighter ever, but it's certainly nowhere near the best when it comes to its competitive nature, but they don't care. There is an ongoing community that want to keep playing it, so they don't give a shit if it actually plays good. They just want people to keep sinking money into it, talking about it, and going to tournaments. And they are. The quality is terrible. I mean, take a look at EVO this year. It's the same shit again that you've seen 27 times. The same fucking guy won again. But who cares, because they keep playing it and putting more money. They're buying the next season pass already. Seriously, they are right now. The new season pass is starting. Oh, buy it, buy it. Why? You sit there and you complain the game is boring as shit, but then you fucking put more money into it because you're a dunce. And that's how the FGC in a nutshell. They all complain and whine, but then they put more money in it because they're dunces. You know what I mean? Nothing will ever change if they keep doing that. So, and yet they keep doing it. So what's happened now is the companies are realizing we don't even have to try. Like, all we have to do is make a game where every character plays exactly the same, all right? And you could do ginormous flashy moves and combos by mashing buttons, and people will buy it. Yeah.
Now, Phil, first off, how many copies and battle passes and DLC did you buy for Street Fighter 6? But you're complaining they're putting all the money into it. Sounds pretty hypocritical there, Phil. And also, you have a business degree. You should understand that companies want to make money. I know, that's shocking. Companies want to make money. Some are greedy, some are absolute scumbags. But the whole point of business is to sell it to your biggest audience. So if you make it more casual and anybody can pick it up, you're going to sell more copies. So in your mind, they should spend all this money to put into the game so that the arcades and the tournaments and the competitiveness is what sells it. But Phil, you don't understand, and I'm surprised, because you charge $50 to open up Pokemon cards. This is how you sell games. You sell it to everyone, not just one set of people. But again, he's the mature adult with a business degree. Oh, guys, we're getting here. So he went on a huge rant about Kino Casino being lazy for going on vacation, saying that you pay them money and they give you less content. Even though DSP has said, you know, if you guys pay me enough, I'll go on vacation. Or he's also said, I'm taking a day or two off this week because you guys have been so generous. So when he does something, it's great. When somebody else does it, it's wrong. Of course, it's rules for thee, not for we. And he's going to go on to say that Kino Casino and the audience don't understand the greatness of his content. And they're going to be left behind. And they should not be supporting Kino Casino. They should be supporting him. Because he is the greatest of all time in everything he does. Of course, delusion of grandeur.
Like I've said, people who watch crap like Kino Casino, people who troll on the internet, they're not mature. Their brains are just like very, very unripened fruit. Does that make sense? They're just dumb. They're dense. So they have no idea that acting like fools actually reinforces everything I said. Instead, they just believe the opposite because they're dumb. You know what they say? Ignorance is bliss. Because for those of us who are mature and see them from an outside perspective, outside of their weirdo circle-jerking, like, internet troll group, we're like, wow, these people are complete losers. They have no lives. They just sit around trolling people all day. I mean, it really is pathetic. They have nothing going for themselves. But to them, that's life. To them, that's actually their life, and that's what they think is good. So they can't be seen. They can't see through what is in front of their face. Does that make sense? Like, they don't see that there's actually something better to life right over there because they just keep staring right here. like I've said,
Phil won't go on vacation out of fear of becoming irrelevant. Yeah. Remember, too, when he had that big video blow up on KO Gaming about, oh, what was it? Some game that nobody liked. I can't remember the name right now, but he got like 1 million views or something like that. And what was DSP's first reaction? Was it to put out more content so people see more, gets him in the algorithm? No, 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 no. He went on vacation. Homefront the Revolution, that is it. He went on vacation, came back, his views went down, and he goes, "What happened? I thought you guys liked me. What's going on, dude?" Mature adult with a business degree, that is right. Can't stand how he morally grandstands about Kino Casino when he was on their show. It goes even further than that, though. Not only was he on their show, he approached them. They did not approach him. He wanted to work with them. He was pitching ideas. He had them on his show as well for the RTU doc. He had them on his show for zombies, playing zombies. So it's not like he's like, oh, I'm totally against that. He just is an idiot. And anything he does is awesome. It's great. It's helping the planet. But if someone else does it, no, 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 dude, can't do that. And then we have, of course, this person coming back, 220, which is ICS. And what does Phil do? After we just saw him say, Kino Casino and all their audience are losers and this and that, he starts talking and acting just like Kino Casino because he knows ICS is a big whale for Kino.
please, Lord, let them give me the right food. Because you remember, the last 2 times that I ordered, correct? The last 2 times that I ordered, it was wrong food. First, I ordered the sandwich for DSP Tries It from Firehouse Subs, completely wrong sandwich. Then the next day, I ordered dim sum with my wife for their day off, wrong dim sum. Let's get the right food. Let's get some food. Let's get the order right. Let's double check the bag content. I got to get excited for people to actually do their goddamn jobs so I get the right food for DSP Tries It today. Please.
And of course, he's losing all the Kino Casino supporters. He's mad about it. And he's trying to emulate them so he can get them back. Now, this is a very interesting thing. So, Katzberger's put this out and sliced it in together. Phil says he won't show his abs on stream because he's not gay, even though he says his abs are now rock solid and that he has more definition than ever. This is in spite of the fact that he has offered to do it before. And this is a DSP today, DSP tomorrow, where he says, I'm not gay. I'm not going to show you your abs. Then you rewind it and he goes, yeah, I'll show you my abs for money. DSP is gay for pay.
No, I'm not showing you my abs because I'm not gay and I don't show you, sexualized content like that on my stream. Sorry. Not going to happen. Because one stream I said I would bring my weights in and the other stream I said I would lift up my shirt and show you my abs. That's right. Now I remember.
Bill literally cries that spending time with family is the most important thing. But then complains about others who take time off and spend with family. That is right. Even Justin Wong, too.
No,
Justin Wong went to Japan, I believe, with his family. And DSP's like, what? Why would he do that? He has to work, dude. And DSP is scraping the bottom of the barrel, the endless barrel again, because he brings up Fred. That is right. From when YouTube first launched with creators and stuff, Fred. And how he made lazy, childish content instead of grinding like Phil did. And Phil, this is what Phil does, is he thinks when you press start stream, start record, end record, stop stream, and then cut it up and just upload it, that's grinding. No, Phil, you're just an idiot. Because every time you take that stream and you private it, you lose any momentum, any algorithm place, and the likes, the shares, everything like that goes away. And you start all over again. And then your videos get like 76 to like 120 views. So it hurts you even more the way you're doing it. And you're just doing things the dumbest way possible. And a lot of people have learned over time, you work smart, not work hard.
No, that's the nature of the internet. You have to understand, when I started on YouTube, right? It was me and a bunch of gamers. We're grinding away. We're trying to make content that people like. We're trying out new things. We're trying to entertain. And then there was Fred. Like, you remember Fred? The guy who literally just voice changed his voice to sound high-pitched like a kid, and he acted like a small kid. There was literally no content whatsoever. It was of no value to any intelligence level. But because he sounded like a kid, little kids liked watching him. So he ended up getting millions of views, and for one point, he was the top YouTuber on the site because he used a voice changer. So it's like, since I started, that kind of content was popular. There's nothing you can do because people are dumb as shit, and will watch the dumbest shit because they're brainless morons, and more people are becoming brainless morons as they grow up with the internet as ingrained in their life. So the more dummies, the more people watch dumb content. There's nothing you can do about it. No, that's the...
No, Phil, your content's always going to be dog shit. It was dog shit. It is dog shit. It will be dog shit. And of course, he's still dancing on the grave of Raw Phil. And the very first thing he says is that this right here, what you're watching, is the official source. And anything else is illegal, should be shut down, and they should be arrested, dude. He wants the restreamers arrested. And Phil, I hate to break it to you, but you have two things mixed up. See, it's not illegal to restream your content. It may be against TOS, but it's not illegal. And you're thinking of a criminal case versus a civil case. See, if you wanted to, you could sue restreamers. I don't think you would win. You would be laughed out of court. But you can sue them in civil court, but not have a criminal conviction against them.
Good morning, everybody. Hello and welcome to the show. It is time, indeed, for the DSP Morning Show here on DSP Gaming. And, of course, on DSP Gaming Reel over on Kick. Because if you're watching me on DSP Gaming on YouTube or DSP Gaming Reel on Kick, you're watching the source. If you're watching this anywhere else, you're watching an illegal restream that should be shut down, and the person broadcasting it should be arrested. How y'all doing? Welcome to the show. It is...
And Phil's first content was geared towards the highly educated. Say what? Yeah, the very intellectual people that always spend their time having fun, reading books. Who am I kidding? It's Jaden Slayer and Derek at one point. But he wasn't done yet. Because, again, because they're on vacation, because they can't speak, DSP going after Kino Casino. And Duty Streams put this out. DSP went on a 10-minute rant on Kino Casino. He's clearly rattled, thinking they took 2 weeks off to film the last movie in a trilogy.
Or force me into it, like literally no lie, like try to fool me into doing stuff very, very underhandedly, or blackmail me into doing it. What they didn't realize is that I had planned for that all along. I knew they were going to do that to begin with, 100%. So I was ready to cut the cord, and I actually cut the cord with them. I kicked one of them off of my wrestling commentary show because we were doing a commentary show together. I kicked him right the fuck off the show, and I blocked him and banned him from all my content. I said, I'm not doing shit with you anymore. And that was the end of that. Now, the thing is, a lot of the viewers who watch me on Kick had started watching me because I was working with the casino. So all of a sudden, overnight, it was like, uh-oh, half the viewership or more on Kick who were there because, you know, the Kino Casino liked me. Now they don't like me anymore because I'm not working with them, and I basically kicked them to the curb. So what we have is a toxic, ongoing relationship here where these people show up every day and just say insulting things constantly about me. And it's like, well, what are you going to do? Like, I guess that was to be expected. And in truth, I get paid for them to be or
Darkside Bird Real. How did they try to blackmail Phil? I think he's trying to say that they were going to leak the DMs. So I think that, because I can't think of anything else that they would quote unquote blackmail him with. But DSP decided to leak the DMs himself. And that's why he's going back to begging to the Kino boys. Yes. So, I don't know if anyone saw it, but last week, PPP, before going on break, said that Phil was in his DMs. And apparently Phil was saying, according to PPP, that Phil was talking to the Quarterin, trying to king snake him, get back in the Kino's good graces, and work together. So they basically wanted to do with the Quarterin what they did with RTU. But remember, guys, he's not about drama. He's not about anything like that. But again, he'll do it if there's money involved because he sees the Kino Casino viewers are dropping like flies. He just has trolls in his Kick account or Kick channel. Wow, can't speak right now. All his Kick chat is trolls. They don't give him money, and you'll see another person that's gone, and everyone's laughing at him but not giving him money, even though every person technically pays him when they watch him on Kick because he's part of the partner program. I do think people need to stop trolling him on Kick since he does, yes, exactly what I just said, because he gets paid by views and engagement. So the more engagement, the more views he gets on Kick, the more he gets paid. So definitely, if you're going to troll him either in the YouTube chat or just say what you want on like a restreamer. And now, guys, one of the key issues that DSP had with PPP and Andy is that they wanted to take him to a bar to meet Hulk Hogan. And DSP is going to say how he's gay. And at one point, even said they might spike his drink, rob him, and possibly have butt sex with him. Of course, Phil would never like to have butt sex with any dudes, right? Right, Phil? Wink, wink, nudge, nudge, LTG. And he's also, it's weird enough, he says this about PP and Andy, but he's told stories about him, John, and Howard, and other people going to like Hooters or other places to watch football or wrestling or whatever. Makes me wonder even more about the relationship between Phil and John.
Basically, that's the summary of it. Yeah, there was a lot more individual weird shit that happened. One of them trying to invite me. One of them said he wanted to pay for my trip to fly me to Florida to go to Hulk Hogan's bar and drink with him. I'm married. It's bizarre. It's bizarre behavior. That's just one of many things that was bizarre. Okay. Basically, that's...
Now, I have a theory on this. So I believe DSP, as you saw, his addictions get out of control. And not only is he addicted mobile games, not only is he addicted to Pokemon cards, I believe as well, he's addicted to men, and cock in particular. And I believe if he went to a bar with another man, especially Andy, he would get too tempted. He couldn't control himself, and he would try to throw Andy right on the table and have his way with him. Because he's gay. And he's a gay man. And he wants that shredded body. That's why he never leaves the house. That's why he never has friends. That's why he has to be around his wife to kill all his boners. And he's too tempted when he's alone with another man. I would agree low viewers would also get him dropped from the partner programs. That is true. If he's not able to get a certain threshold, then he would be dropped from the partner program on Kick. Plus, it encourages detractors and tourists to give Phil money since they have a community. That is true as well. Now, we've seen 2 clips so far where he crashed out about Kino Casino. And now, someone's going to say, you crashed out, and he's going to proceed to crash out about people saying he crashed out. DSP never changes.
This is hilarious. I gave a brief summary of my relation with Kino Casino because someone asked. This guy says, he had a 10-minute crash out on Kino Casino. No, you're a fucking mouth-drooling idiot. You don't even know what a crash out is because you're so fucking dumb. What a moron. He talked about a topic he was specifically asked about. Crash out! Crash out! Yikes. The same dunce that probably repeats a meme 700 times to himself. This is hilarious.
And now they start talking about Phil's retirement. And let's be honest here, this man is never going to retire. He is going to die on stream. He's already said he wants to stream into his 60s or 70s, which I doubt he even lives those ages. But he's going to be begging like a crackhead the more his support goes down, because there's no way his support stays like this into his 50s and 60s. And guys, you're never going to believe this. He's going to say, I have no retirement plans. I'm 44, but you can start donating to my retirement plan, aka Pokemon cards, when I sell them, dude.
Got my first tip of the day. Someone tipped $1.50 talking about retirement. I'm 44 years old. I'm not thinking about retirement. I'm good. But thanks for your concern, really. I appreciate your concern. Maybe if you want to donate to my retirement fund, you should donate to the stream more than $1.50, just saying. But thank you. I appreciate that. Got my first.
Wow, after low support and you begging for anything, now you're saying, hey, give me more money than that. Didn't we create the Crash Out meme for DSP, yes? Crash Out King, your reign is done.
All the blueberry.
That's actually... Do I even have it on here? Let's see, that's where... That's where this comes from.
Your eyes are unraveling, your true colors have grown. Let's unfake, keep up the stone on lies, our curated careful scams.
This is where it comes from.
Fires burning bright, exposing all the scams. Let's expose the haters, the unraveling, your true colors have grown.
Yeah, so that's where that comes from. I made that song out of the Crash Out. Well, I didn't make it. It's AI music, but that's where it comes from. So this is a really weird story. So DSP is now going to say when he was a teenager and worked at a healthy food store, but he also called it fast food, his boss at one time accidentally knocked like jam on the ground, and then he scraped it up after using cleaner on it. So it had cleaner and ground stuff on it into a jar, and then DSP served the customers. And this tells you about the scumbag move here. He sees that, he still sells it to customers, and that tells you exactly what a loser this guy is.
Goo has exploded all over the bottom of this fridge that we just cleaned. So it smells like the cleaner. And he takes the spatula and he's scraping all the blueberry back into the container for us to use. So this is, we know there's cleaner in there because we just cleaned it. It smells like chemical, and he's scraping the blueberry back into the container to go ahead and use again. Like, oh man. And we did. We used it that day when people ordered the blueberry. I was like, oh, he's like, no, just use it. We already wasted too much. We can't waste anymore. We got to use that blueberry because, you know, it's too expensive. All the blue.
I'm pretty sure that violates a lot of laws right there. Bill, you broke the law. And the fact that you would sell that to people with the cleaner and it being on the ground, you could have killed somebody, Phil, if you didn't already. Just like T. You killed T, Phil. And Cat's libido, too. What a scumbag. So Phil admits he made himself an accessory to food tamper, and that is true. That is what he just said. And then he has another target here, which is Steve Cambion. And he talks about, well, someone gives him a donation, says Steve bullied someone into committed suicide, which never happened. But then he goes on to say that Steve is beneath him, and he's nothing. He's all about drama. Even though when the interview happened, DSP tried to retcon that to say he was in on it. So you're in on the drama, but at the same time, it's bad. Make that make sense, Phil.
I didn't hear any of this. Someone tipped $6 says, did you hear Steve Cambion allegedly bullied some guy into suicide? It happened 2 months ago. It's True Seeker's most popular stream, but the comments are filled with people who are pissed at him. I don't give a shit. That guy's a fucking no-low, worthless dude, you know, just drama nonsense because he basically wanted to do whatever Kino Casino told him. I don't give a fuck what the guy does. He's an idiot. He's so fucking beneath me, that's for sure. I only did it as a favor to the casino when I was still working with them. It's the only reason I did it. The show fucking has no viewers or nothing, so I paid no attention. I don't give a shit. But thanks for $6. I didn't hear any of this.
Yeah, I'm sure everyone is beneath you, Phil, because you think you're the greatest thing in the world. That proves Phil has no spine if the food story was true. Yeah. Well, doesn't matter what Phil does. As long as it's for him and makes himself look better, he'll do it. Even if it's poisoning and possibly killing people. And now, despite DSP saying that Kino Casino is lazy for going on vacation and saying that they should keep working and that he's a hard worker. He said him and his wife were watching videos about cruise ships and says he can't go on a cruise ship because eating at restaurants on the ship might be extra and that he has to talk to other people. He also went on this weird rant about how he wants to go to an island or some other spot, but he doesn't want to go to the tourist spot. He wants to go on the island with real people. By the way, look at that freeze frame right there. That is awesome.
Cruises look good on paper and can be fun, but a lot of cruises are over expensive tourist trap things. And when you actually look at it at face value, you're like, what the hell? Like, for example, a lot of these cruises, you pay to get on the ship, but then if you want the good stuff, you got to pay again. Like, wait, what? Yeah, you already paid to get on the ship, but now if you want the good meal at the good restaurant, that's additional. That's not included. Well, what's included? Oh, the buffet. You know, the buffet that's the quality of Old Country buffet that you could go to right now down the street. Then what did I pay for? Oh, to just get on the ship. Oh, then you get off the ship and you're on some island, right? You're in Tahiti or something. Okay, cool. But you're not actually in Tahiti. You're in the tourist Tahiti. Where you're like, oh, let's get dinner in Tahiti. What is there? Margaritaville? McDonald's? What the fuck is this? I could have done this at home. Why did I come on the cruise? And then even if you go to some of these meals, like, oh, group meal. You're stuck at a table with other people. You have to hang out with them and talk with them. But who are they? I don't know. But you're stuck with them. Well, what if they're obnoxious and we don't like them? Oh, well, enjoy your cruise. What? So, you know, you think about, I don't know if I want to do that.
I've never seen anyone make up so many excuses because they don't want to go. But then again, DSP has made up excuses like, oh, I can't go. My cat will be scared. Oh, I can't go. You know, my wife has cancer. Oh, I can't go. My mom is dying. DSP will do anything to get out of anything he doesn't want to do. And he doesn't care who he hurts. He doesn't care who he talks about as long as it's okay with him. Then Potion points out, DSP on vacation equals stealing viewers' money. DSP wants to go on vacation equals hard to work and life situation is bad, but money isn't a problem. Yeah, it's called lying. The biggest liar lying about lying. And then he door dashed apparently ice cream from 5 minutes away and it arrived melted. And he went on this huge rant about how Kat's mad now because her ice cream is melted. Also, I want to point out that he said last week him and his wife only order out healthy options. How is ice cream DoorDashed and healthy item? But again, look at DSP tries it with all the dumbass things he orders. This is what happens when your only experience with the outside world is from watching it on video, yeah. Because what he does is he looks at other people's stuff, so other people's videos and walkthroughs of people going to, let's say, amusement parks and cruises, stuff like that, and he lives through those videos and says, well, I don't have to go there. I can watch it on TV, which makes me sad because for years and years and years, his wife, Kat, wanted to go to Japan. And he kept saying, well, we don't have the money. Then kept saying, well, we have the cat. We can't go. And then eventually, when he got money, he said, well, my wife no longer wants to go there. And you can tell either one or two things happened. He's like, well, I convinced her that she doesn't want to go. Or two, you know how women are. If they keep asking over and over and over, eventually they're going to say, well, forget it. I don't want it anymore, which means they're pissed at you. And I think that's what happened here. I do feel bad for Kat. On a human level, yes. But now we have another mod that has a problem with DSP. And it's the weirdest thing ever. So basically what happens here is that DSP carried over the pack of Pokemon cards to the next stream because there was only one. And the mod said, well, you should carry over the amount that stream had to the next stream. So if it had like 200, add that to the 200 of the night stream, which is the dumbest thing ever. And this is the Roy Barnes, which is a longtime viewer, probably ICS, who's going to go off on Phil here, and Phil's going to respond in the most DSP way.
Roy, are you really going to derail my stream right now, Roy? Because do you really want me to call you out how wrong you are? Slash of light. Roy, do we really have to do this now? Is this how you want it to go? Because you're not going to like it. All right? So today I decided to save all the cards for the late stream because I wanted more time for the beta that everyone wanted to see today because the beta was broken. Okay? I could have done the cards on the first stream and there would have been way less gameplay and everyone would have been upset. So I saved packs for the late stream and I combined all the packs into this one video, which makes sense to do. Just because I save packs for one stream doesn't mean I'm combining the values of the stream into one super value that now gets totaled up and now I have to open an Ascended Heroes pack. That is such an insane stretching of anything. It's ridiculous. Okay, I'm doing it as a way to help out the viewers so we got more gameplay, which is what people wanted today. If I had done this on the first stream and did a second video, now people would have been upset that I didn't play enough of the Marvel Tokon beta. So I did the best thing for the viewers, 100%. Never, ever in history have I combined the values of two streams like that together and said, oh, now I'm going to do a super value in a bonus pack. That's ridiculous. So if you need to resign as mod because of a ridiculous thing, I mean, that's absolutely nuts what you're saying. You're like, you invented a scenario, and now you want me to abide by a scenario you literally invented on the fly. So if that's a big deal, then maybe you should resign as mod because the fantasy scenario doesn't exist for you and you can't take it. I'm sorry. That would suck if you got to resign as mod because of that, but that's pretty unrealistic. That's pretty unfair, I think, that you would do that. Okay? All right. Let's continue. I have stuff to do. Aramon,
He literally invented this. Yes, DSP is a scumbag, but it doesn't end there, though. So we have this from DSP Pikachu. So we have Roy Barnes. Thank you, chat. I did my duties as best that I could as a mod. I will never send a message again and unsubscribe after 15 years. Jesus Christ loves you all. And remember that. Jesus bless you, Roy, from Flatman B. Then we have DSP Gaming. Roy, you went off on the deep end tonight for absolutely no reason. I wish you the best. Then we have Phil. For the record, he told me last month he wanted to resign because he was leaving the country for a while. Now, this is a very interesting thing. So, OIC back in the day would always say every so often he had a government job that made him leave the country for a little bit, which is a very interesting detail there. I don't remember if he said it in the interview of Agent Proper, but he did say that time and time again, and then you would see periods where the money would dip, and then when he came back, it would go up again. And I told him we just keep him on because he can mod when he returns, then he never left. So obviously something is up there. Sounds like something was already being pre-planned. Who knows? Then we have a final message here from Lord Diaz. Shout out Lord Diaz, that handsome bastard. Sorry, chat, I tried. I am big in morals and beliefs, but it should have been at least one premium pack for the total both streams, since it was saved for the evening. Phil doesn't understand delaying card pack opening when someone spends money now is cheating. The donor who is paying for a pack opening now, that is true. Yeah, he told Super Crazy the same thing. I hope the money dips and DSP freaks out. It'll probably dip, but he'll have ICS under his 220 account and his sock accounts absolutely wailing out. Because, man oh man, DSP, he has no real viewers, he has no real followers.
If I were to work with them, I would blow up.
Okay, so this is a huge rant here. Make sure I get the right part here.
If I wasn't...
So DSP is going to blame everything on the trolls. So someone's going to give him a message and say that, hey, you know, you could be the Joe Rogan of podcasters, even though Joe Rogan is a podcaster, and that you could be big as him. DSP goes on a rant about how he wants laws changed. He wants the trolls in jail. And he wants them all gone. That way he would blow up. He would get more popular. This is one of the most delusional rants you'll see all week from DSP.
Me get online. That's the problem. If I wasn't such a logged guy, okay, if I wasn't such an A-logged guy all the time, then I could actually have guests. I could actually do collabs. Again, I want to make this abundantly clear. 2 years ago, all right, I had a resurgence. I did. And I reached out to many parties, many, both big and small and in between. People who you know, people you don't know. People who, if I were to work with them, I would blow up. People who that would blow up if they worked with me, they would get a bump. And people in between. People you would never even expect that I would work with. Okay? And I had conversations with them, very candid conversations about the kind of work we could do together and how it would work. There were people, I kid you not, they were like, that's actually a great idea. And man, I bet that would work and that would benefit both of us. That would be a great idea, a great show, a great collab. However, you are one of the most harassed people on the internet, and we can't have that. We can't have that for our viewers. We can't have that for ourselves, our own families. We can't work with you and then 24 hours after have ourselves and all of our family members and friends and moderators and viewers doxxed on Kiwi Farms. We just can't have that level of risk. Therefore, even though it has nothing to do with you, the answer is no. Okay? So as long as Kiwi Farms exists, as long as this entire generation of eternally online no-life losers exists, until they get wiped somehow and finger snapped, I can't do this kind of work. I wish I could. That's exactly the kind of stuff that I would like to do. I would like to move away from just doing gaming and instead do a bigger variety of content. But sadly, we have an entire generation of toxic, wasted individuals who all they want to do is harm people on the internet because they don't have a life of their own. So until that changes, could it change? Oh, it could. What we would need is actually have laws changed to make it all illegal. Then overnight, there'd be policing of it. The websites would shut down. The harassment would be investigated. People would be fucking arrested. And then it would all go away. But sadly, right now, in real life, law enforcement doesn't deal with it at all. They ignore it. They act like it doesn't exist, even though most of the actions are actually illegal. No one ever investigates any of it. So with our current culture the way it is, nothing can be done. Culture has to change. Then these people can be fucking investigated, arrested as appropriate, fucking tossed into jail cells where they don't have internet connections, okay? And then we can all be normal on the internet and have a good life. But sadly, it's not where we are right now. We're still in the, honestly, developmental stages of internet existence. You know, technology moved faster than the law. And now we have this entire uncontrolled population of losers who just fucking sit there harassing people because they have no fucking lives for themselves. So, can't do anything about it. All right? I wish I could. I did everything I humanly could. I reached out to the right individuals, and they were like, yeah, that sounds great, but I can't do it because I can't be harassed. I had people lined up who wanted to do interviews, and then when they realized my hater base, how bad it was, they were like, oh, I can't. I had people who were going to do entire shows with me. Nope, can't. You know? It sucks, but what can you do? Okay. Let's get started.
Yeah, and Phil doesn't understand that if the laws were changed in that crazy, crazy way in the freest country in the world, United States, he would be one of the first people locked up. Most delusional rant ever, that is right. I'm sick of Phil thinking everything is illegal and should be a crime. Yeah, he doesn't know the difference between a criminal case and a civil case. You can't lock up people for saying bad things on the internet about you, Phil. Oh no, this person said I wore a diaper. We gotta throw him in jail, dude. This person says I'm not as buff as I say I am. Gotta throw him in jail, dude. And the fact that he thinks that would solve all the problems, no, he would be in jail too, with the trolls. And the fact that he thinks, oh, that will solve everything. I'm gonna blow up and be a bigger person on YouTube. No, Phil. Every single day, a new person sees your ballsack forehead, N64 hair, and Ozempic snort sacks and says, "This guy's an asshole." Nobody likes you, Phil. Not even Kat or Jasper. You're just a lost cause. Good lord, he is projecting asshole. I saw yeah, OIC or ICS is view botting him again to make him look good. Phil forget what comes out of his mouth would have been in jail as well. That's right. Got Phil banned, yet Bucketeer is still not banned. Explain that. I have a theory about that. Is that possibly they were working together? Because if you notice, he was doing all that stuff. Then all the people got unbanned on Kick. Then Raw Phil went down, but Bucketeer never went down. And then Ferbs got unbanned. And then DSP wanted everyone to come to his Kick chat. I'm not saying it's true. I'm not saying it's real. That's just my theory. Has Phil ever figured out that it's his actions that bring negativity? No. He's a narcissist. So he's the person that always thinks it's everyone else's fault. There's no way anybody could hate me. And of course, he will never get it. He will never be self-aware of what he is, because if he becomes self-aware, he will no longer be funny because he's unintentionally funny. When he's ranting about a chicken sandwich, when he's ranting about, dressing up like a woman or people call them out for wearing a diaper, that's funny. When he tries to be funny, it's the most cringe stuff ever. And, guys, look at this. Look at this right here. Look at this panel right here. So if you want to watch this, this is in my collabs playlist. So we have Steve Cambion, we have Luther Morgan, we have H-Bomb, we have Lord Diaz, and look at this. Look at this. Your boy finally made it. Your boy finally made it. Dash Fire right in there. So go watch that. It's a good one. That's what many of us in King Jazz chat / members believe too. His narcissism will allow him to ever accept anything at fault. That is true. The other 3-letter products were mad at this one. Yes, they were. They were getting mad. They were wishing death upon Steve because he had us on there. And then, this is the most delusional thing I've seen from DSP so far. DSP priced out his, well, I shouldn't say priced out. He just looked up, didn't actually get them graded. Looked up his prices of his classic gaming collection, and he's waiting for the Mania when all games go digital before selling it. Now, the problem with this is a lot of these games are like Super Nintendo, NES, Sega Genesis, Sega CD, all the games that can be emulated. Now, if he had, let's say, PS5 games, Xbox Series X games, that would be different. But he's going to be very disappointed. But then again, that's on brand for DSP. Bro didn't even confirm if any of them still work. That is true. There could be cum stains all over them, especially the Marky Mark one. Now, this right here is absolutely horrible. If this happens, it will be worse than Lego Night. It'll be worse than cleaning out the closet. It'll be worse than pricing out his games. DSP said today he's considered a karaoke night on stream. So the way this would work would, people would give him money, suggest a song, and he sings it. But he needs to be sure enough people will be interested before scheduling it. I swear, if he starts doing this, I don't know how much longer I can cover DSP if he starts doing karaoke night. I refuse. I refuse at that point. Guys, I just started the fire in one room and it's not my fault. The entire house burned down. Imagine, with all the stuff plugged into his room, and then he plugs in like a karaoke machine and all the other stuff. Oh my god, the heat in that room, the fire, and good thing he has his smoke detector pulled out too. Oh god, no, yeah. Oh, that is an instant, I'm done, I'm out. And then he told the story, that's a lie, about how people from the FGC told him behind the scenes they are sorry for Hayden and talking bad about him. They told him, I just caught up in all the nonsense, and I don't really dislike you. I'm just upset you're doing so good. And that's why, Phil, everyone from the FGC still talks shit about you and says you're a loser and a horrible, horrible player. This is another reason why DSP is delusional. He makes up these stories in his head and then presents them as fact. Not even your friends from Connecticut still like you, Phil. Now, this is a big thing, though. Kick support is down majorly, and one person that is missing is your future stepdad, as DSP is freaking out because he hasn't seen him in 5 days. And I'm telling you now, if your future stepdad ever decides, I'm done, I'm not giving DSP any money anymore, I'm not attending the streams, you will see almost no support at all besides ICS supported on Kick.
I don't play mobile games.
Oh, God. Okay, so we know he still plays mobile games because he has all the tells in his face. Look how wide the eyes go. Look at his head shake. Listen to the words he says. He's going to deny playing mobile games, at least for a couple months, even though, like 3 or 4 months ago, he says, well, I have a couple mobile games I play when I'm bored or have nothing to do. Now he's going to say, oh, I don't play them at all, which is a lie. He's still spending money on mobile games. It might not be WWE Champions, might be the Street Fighter mobile game. There's a Pokemon mobile game that just came out. There's a bunch of mobile games. There's a Final Fantasy mobile game, I believe. So all he did was go from one mobile game to like 3 other ones.
I don't play mobile games at all anymore. Zero. I play zero mobile games. None. I haven't played them in months. I haven't played WWE Champions since last year. And I haven't played a mobile game in many months. I'm done with them completely. I just don't find them entertaining. They're too much of a time sink and a money sink, and they're just a waste of my time. So I'm done with them. I don't play.
Wait, he wants to do a karaoke stream like someone that does a Dance Dance Revolution request stream every morning at 9 a.m. I'm just saying. Poppy and Diaz now. Well, this is not the first time. Because the great almighty Lord Diaz has also been saying milestones before DSP said milestones. That's right. DSP is Diaz's biggest fan. He wants to be like him, dude. Remember, he got into his fitness arc watching Lord Diaz on his Stepmania. He said milestones. He's now doing possibly karaoke streams. That's right. He wants to be Lord Diaz. Plus, Lord Diaz is an actual 20-year veteran of pro wrestling, and DSP loves wrestling. Okay, so next up. Oh my god, I forgot about this picture and it just scared me. The search for a normal DSP fan continues. Look at this picture. I am really hoping this is fake. Because my god, look at this. Just take this in. You know what that looks like? Is Phil's face just stretched down like a horse's face. It's grotesque and it's hard to look away. And this is DSP Glazer. $50. DS2 hype. Love your content, DSP. And then he did DSP Tries It. And he says, this is a big brain take. The new Whopper has full-on fresh jalapeno, making it a full-on new Whopper. Now, keep in mind, too, he's always said, when Wendy's or other places comes out with stuff like this, he says, it's nothing new. I'm not going to try it. But for Burger King, he will. And I think you know what we're getting into now. DSP thinks he has such big muscles and he's so buff that the only way someone can get bigger muscles than him is to take supplements. Oh, Phil. It's almost like, I don't know if anyone saw the American Dad episode where the dad thinks he's like this manly man and he's doing like all these buff stuff, but then it reveals that he's actually anorexic and he doesn't realize it. I feel like that's going on right now with Phil. Yeah, Stan. Yeah, that's the one. And despite DSP copying Kino Casino and doing the let's get some subs and all that stuff, He's now going to call you out in the chat if you use Kino Casino lingo. By the way, Kino and casino are both banned words in his chat. Remember, guys, they don't affect him at all. That was a good episode. And now we have Alex Trippa here, who shows off Q Desjardins, who has standard supporter, then upgraded to ultra supporter. And someone asked him, why would you join before stream? That support could have gone towards pack opening goals, etc. for the stream. You should have waited. However, let's take a little look into Q Desjardins here. So enjoy yourself. Every day above ground can be a good day. Now, I think you know where this is going to go. I see Lord Diaz knows where this is going to go as well. Yo, this den is something special. 10 p.m. and still feels like 104 weather. Woo, summer. Didn't this person turn out to be another Derek? Oh, funny you say that. Funny you say that. So we have here Queen D Diary. So this is my official site, still a work in progress, so be patient. So James Cameron's masterpiece still holds on. So there's a lot of crazy stuff in here. Narcissism and literal-minded. Human predators. We have the Tale of Gaiman. Black Water. We have all this stuff, so you're like, this is not too bad, right? Like, this is weird as hell, and there's some bad stuff in here, but something's off, right? Something is off. So we have this here. So look at that. Another streamer has got female pictures here. So we have this on here. So we got all these playlists here, right? Interesting. So we have this here. So unfollowed Scientology on the 6th of July. Kiwi Farm members have signed my dairy at queendairy.com email address for their newsletter using my first name, James. Way to dox yourself there, James. Dark triad personalities operate mainly through two mechanisms. Also attribution and inducing fear and disgust or distrust. Well, you are disgusting, but distrust. Some people just like to make stuff up. You cannot rely on your mind/thinking to defeat evil. You must be steadfast in your courage and, more importantly, serenity. These virtues of classic times. And then, I'm still an active target of Kiwi Farm's Dark Triad predators. The person who I was watching live streaming has, through his foolishness, baited an actual black hole NPC into expressing evil in his chat, upon which I reported and blocked him. So he's looking at predators here. I had to block two people on No Hand CEO TikTok live stream. One who was repeating what I reposted on my X feed, which was like gooning on main. And one asking No Hand CEO about how he washes his butt. Oh, why do they have to be here? How inappropriate. But guys, it didn't stop there. It didn't stop there. I think Lord Diaz knows where this is going. She is so sexy. I love myself. I'd fuck me anytime, any day. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Why? Why? You know what this reminds me of? Is the Buffalo Bill from Silence of the Lambs. He's rubbing his nipples and dancing like, oh yeah, I'd fuck me too. And then there's this, how do I put this? Derek style video here where Amy Free drop tongue if you'd smash a huge butt girl. Exclusive link waiting in comments. And then they say, no, I'd relish how soft your butt and breasts and lips feel. And there's a whole lot of goon, and we can go into other stuff, but we're going to keep it simple for now. And DSP looking at that sandwich like Q was looking at that girl's butt. Gotta have it, dude. Remember, DSP only orders healthy stuff. And he doesn't overdo it. And he watches his calories. Here's DSP with onion rings, a chicken sandwich, and a Whopper. Damn, King, you're eating healthy there. And then, this is the most hypocritical thing ever. Still no one, that's what's happening? Yeah. DSP says he doesn't recommend eating a Whopper and chicken sandwich together since the Whopper alone is 800 to 900 calories while eating a Whopper and chicken sandwich together. Yeah, I don't recommend you do this as I do it. Oh, Phil, you're lucky that Ozempic worked, except for in your face, because your face looks horrible. And then he ate almost every single thing, except for a little bite of Whopper, and said he exercised self-control by leaving a bite of Whopper uneaten after consuming a chicken sandwich and a bunch of onion rings. And for a guy who always eats healthy, I would say this here. Your body is not used to fast food. So if you cut that all out and then you eat fast food, your body's going to reject that. It's going to be like, oh my God, why are you putting this out here? And you would get sick. You would blow up. And it seems like DSP is unaffected by this. Funny how that works. And then that being said, points out, the last video on DSP Gaming to get 1,000 views was posted over a week ago. And the average of all videos posted during that time is less than 450. Now, keep in mind, at that time period is when Raw Phil got banned on YouTube. So he got a video that got 1,000 views, and then he expected the views to rise. He was going to get all the views, dude. This is great. He'll be back on YouTube. And then the views just dropped off, almost like nobody cared. It's like, okay, that's it. No. Didn't he eat the entire Whopper? Thought beef was bad according to Phil. Well, it's good when he can justify it. And then look at this. I don't know if this is real or not, but this is from official Kick. So we have a new badge apparently, which is the Kick Whale. And 22. Too bad it's not 220. But man, look at that. They're catering to Phil with the whale. And then DSP went on a rant because people were not supporting him. And he told people, well, the World Cup being on doesn't matter. You should still support me. And then he went on to say that he's happy that Argentina got beat by Spain and then made him beg him. Then he begged for money, saying that because they won, they're going to get double fucked next month when they can't do gifted memberships. He ate the whole Whopper and half the chicken, I think. So let's hear DSP gloat about Argentina getting beat by Spain and then turn it into a bag and how you should support him, dude. And they're done after next month for gifted subs.
Yeah, Spain won, Cyberel. Congrats to Spain. Thank goodness Argentina lost. They took the L. And now they're going to take a big L next month when they got to pay real full price for memberships on YouTube. And they deserve it.
And then we have Jade. This is the actual Jade in chat. At DSP Gaming, hey, you B-Day boy is here. Rexy time. I don't know if he misspelled sexy time or he's talking about like the dinosaur emoji, but it could be either way. I'm only a few years into Phil, but what's with his I'm untouchable rants lately? Oh, it's cope and seethe. Because he knows everything's been going down. His attendance, his whales, everything. So his ego is trying to fight back, trying to gain more narrative control. He's been like this for years. He will never admit that things are bad. He'll always be like, guys, everything's great. Don't worry about it. But then behind the scenes, he'll go into his mod Discord or go to PPP or Andy or Darziak and go, guys, I'm worried about this. Everything's bad. Everything's bad, dude. You gotta help me, dude. He's a little chicken shit. That's what he is. And then you'll never believe this, guys. Yet again. Again. Canadian Kirk is banned on another sock account. Comedy Master 9000. And this is his last message to Roy Barnes, who also left as a mod. You don't like me. That's one thing. I'm just trying to make the world laugh. So, and then he was banned. Gone. forever. And this is what his entire retro game stream was. Taking his games, put them in the plastic containers, and that's it. That was all it was. And he thought people were going to shower him for money. And guess what, guys? One of the lowest supported streams of the year. What a shame. What a shame. Gone till the next sock arc? Yeah. Because every time Canadian Kirk gets banned, DSP's like, oh my god, what did you do now? I'm tired of banning you. Just change your name, come back, and don't tell people it's you. Same thing he said to Derek. Same thing he said to Timbo Slice. All these other people. And the DSP circle is like 4 or 5 people supporting him, but they always over time change their names to give the appearance that DSP is more successful than he really is. And again, we don't know if he's actually self-tipping himself, making it up, so his income could be a lot lower than we actually know about. And again, watch this.
Let's get some responsibility. Let's get some accountability. Let's actually do some work for a change. Yeah!
Of course, mocking Kino Casino, saying they don't work hard, they have no accountability. But remember, if you do that in chat, he will ban you. But it's okay for him to do it, dude. And then we have Sand Dude. Stop digging in your ear. You're not going to find any tips in there that can count towards the goal. Dead emoji, dead emoji, dead emoji. And my god, according to Phil, he's worked out for over a year now. And look at those arms. How do you do that 6 days a week? Like he said, like between an hour and 2 hours working out, lifting weights, and you have arms like that. That's not possible. I noticed he doesn't do the, I'm not counting the dono because it's new account anymore. Yeah, that's what happens when he gets desperate, is that he will start counting things that he never counted before. And this decline in income started during the Kino Casino arc. I know everyone's like, oh, but he made so much money. He made like $40,000. But the smartest thing PPP did to troll him was to make him combine everything in the King's Tax. Because before that, all he focused on was tips. So his goal would be like $100 in just tips. So he could get $100 in memberships, $200 in super chats. It would not be counted towards the goal. But now, when PvP got him to mix everything up, all of a sudden, tips, super chats, memberships, kicks subs, it's all into one. So he's actually doing worse now than he did before. And then this tells you how successful he was. We have Alex Silva, or Silva, whatever the fuck his name is. It's basically ICS. Wailing out in one night 40 subs on Kick, $100 super chat, and a top tip of $31. But then also gave another $300 super chat, and he was like $500 out of $700 on that night. But remember, guys, he's not carried by 1 or 2 people. He has thousands of people that support him, according to DSP. And then DSP gets asked what he does off stream, and immediately he starts talking about going on walks with his wife, feeding the creatures in the backyard. And it's the most mundane thing, and you can tell it's sad. On a human level, seeing someone like this wasting their life is sad. But then again, you refuse to believe it because you think, oh, this doesn't happen. Nobody could live like this. And you realize it's Dark Side Phil. And you're like, oh, okay, now it's funny now. Because this is a prison of his own making. He has locked himself in that room 6 days a week, twice a day, for hours and hours and hours, begging people for money, and he can't escape. At 44, he has no retirement fund, he has no 401k, he has no job opportunities, and he has to do this for the rest of life until he dies on camera. And you're like, that's karma. That's karma right there, Phil.
What do I do in my free time when I'm not streaming or playing games? Well, let's see. I like to spend time with my wife. We like to do various different things. We watch some travel vlogs. We listen to some music. We watch some foodie vlog stuff. There's certain content creators that we watch together. Stuff like that. We play with our cat, obviously, Jasper Kitty. We love Jasper Kitty, and we spend a lot of time with him. We like feeding the local wildlife. We go on walks in the neighborhood, and we go feed, like, squirrels and birds and things like that. And we like watching them because there are tons of them in our neighborhood. We actually have a bird feeder that's on our back door that they come, and it's transparent plastic, so we get to see them all day eating birdseed and stuff, which is really awesome. Geez, what else? Food, obviously. We like food. We're not necessarily foodies, but we like different kinds of food, and we like trying different kinds of food when we get opportunity. So there's that. And this year, particularly, outside of all the stuff I just mentioned, we've been doing a lot of things around the house, updating the house to doing things that we want. We have a new room across the hall that's like a den or relaxation room that has new furniture. It's set up nicely for us to hang out and spend time together and it's actually newer and nicer than our living room downstairs. We got our new exercise room that we set up this year. And now our next step is we're going to try to clean our garage out. So that's the next thing, but we had a really hectic month of July where a lot of the time we've been doing appointments and weird scheduling. So the next thing is to try to get back on track and work on the garage. So that's what we've been doing together off stream.
What a boring life. Like, man, I can't imagine at 44 that being your life. He literally said on Saturday he's going to watch Kat play games, even on a day off. She wants to be alone, that is true. The den thing makes no sense to me unless their living room is in shambles while hoarding crap. Well, this is my theory on that. Well, there's two theories on that. One is that that's where Phil goes when he cucks and Tyrone goes over and fucks Kat. My second theory is that they want to be separate. So Kat has the living room, Phil has the den, so they can live their own lives, do whatever they want, but separate because they don't like being around each other. It's a marriage of convenience, not a marriage of love. And DSP does whatever he does, probably jerks off in that room, while Kat goes downstairs, plays Skyrim for the 700th time, and they live separate lives. Until DoorDash gets there, that is. And then they start talking. That makes sense. It's a lavender marriage, yes. The only reason they got married is because probably Phil's mom made him. In return, she would give him the money for the, what was it, the 10-year deal or something like that? I forget what it's called. 10-year plan, that's it. Yeah, so she's like, I'll pay your taxes, and this is the 10-year plan, plus you have to get married here. That's probably why he regrets and resents his parents, besides the Wolverine doll. And look at this, guys. Look at this. Ever since Raw Phil got banned, man, his numbers have been skyrocketing. We got 116 views, 96 views, 219 views, 148 views, 331 views, 230 views, and 173 views. Damn. Damn. What a success, King. The 10-year plan, yes. She has nowhere else to go. Phil's a safe space, yes. So, Phil did this with Panda as well. So, he cut her family off, cut off her from friends, flied her out to Washington, basically got her big so she can't fit out the door, and that nobody else will find her attractive, so that she can't leave. Because if you notice, the last few videos from Panda, she was starting to chunk up. She wasn't like cat big, but you can notice a difference in weight. And also, speaking of big chunks, we have Vagisil here, or as I call him, Vagisil. Not only did he give DSP $300 to $400 this week, he also gave $113 to another streamer, and I've seen him in LolCow Live as well. And Katzburgers, good lord, man, you work at Starbucks. Take it easy. Yes, I think he's in like his 30s or 40s, living at home, not paying rent, working at Starbucks. And there's nothing wrong with working at Starbucks. But when you live at your parents in your 40s and you don't pay rent and you throw your money at streamers like Darkside Phil, that makes you a loser. And look at this. This is the saddest thing ever. Guitar player, 1939. I wonder if that's his birth year. member for 61 months. And let me do a quick scan here. Let's see, he was 61 months. And I think that's $5. So that means $305 he is given to DSP. Vagisil also donates to Kino Casino. Apparently his family is upper mid class since dad bought him a house in Cali. Yeah, the rich fun dude. I don't know how Phil keeps wrangling in these interesting people. Guitar player apparently has a Steam library full of cartoon porn. Oh, so he's another Haseo. Oh, that's lovely that you have him there, Phil. That's just absolutely lovely. And look at Phil's face. He's so enjoying this. A shirtless picture of Marky Mark from his video game. And you know, he's never going to sell this game. This goes into his private collection. You know what? He probably has this in his den, and he's like dancing around butt naked. The Marky Mark songs going, "Oh yeah, Mark, show me those abs," just like Andy. You sick bastard. You son of a bitch, Phil, you sick bastard. And look at this. He's still delusional in his AR thumbnail. That looks nothing like you, Phil. That's what you wish you looked like. And he came to stream, and look at this. Look at that face, the redness on his face, looking down. It looks like he's been crying. He probably got pegged by a cat again, or yelled at. But my money is on that cat pegged him too hard, and he started crying like a bitch. And then this is absolutely disgusting. Another loser in DSP's chat. And this tells you what kind of chat members he has. I'm in love with Phil, so I don't have time for girls. I'm just going to leave that there, you sick bastard. That's probably why Derek watched him so much. Now remember, when DSP bought that freezer, he said, I can load up now so that I don't have to go to the store as often. And everyone kept saying, oh, it's for snack pizzas. DSP now says he bought a chest freezer to mass store proteins. Now, that could mean a lot of stuff. It could be, protein infused pasta or whatever. But I don't like the way that he says proteins. It almost sounds like he's jerking off and putting it in the freezer. I wouldn't put it past him, that sick fucking son of a bitch. Alien scumbag. And then he had this big brain thought. DSP thinks the Sega CD game with a firefighter on the cover is a game about firefighters. Imagine that. Imagine that, Phil. Imagine that. Nobody would ever come to that conclusion, Phil. And then this is very weird. So how Phil said, Kat cannot go more than 30 minutes in a car because she gets car sickness. But also, he would always go with her on the day off for errands and stuff. But pointed out the airport is 20 minutes away and it's okay because an airplane is much more comfortable than a car ride. My theory on this is that he probably stinks like hell. He's got some sort of pig roach smell to him, and she can't be that close to him at all. That's why they have the separate rooms. That's why she's downstairs in the living room. He's upstairs in the den because she can't stand how he smells. That's why he's always spraying cologne on himself when he streams. Because that room and him smell so bad. But still needs to shop every Saturday. Math ain't math, and that is true. That is a true statement right there. And we have One Pump Chump Burnell. Vibes are off Podkang. Pony up OIC. We need to get through these magic patches quick. Jay no joy them. Jay no joy Pokemon Uzi. View botters card decline. LOL, shout out Twitch. I'm watching Raw right now. And if you're wondering why Raw is spelled with 2 V's there, I believe Raw is banned in his chat, like the name Raw. And look at this, guys. I want you to take this in. This potentially was paid for. This man potentially gave money to another person to fuck up his hairline like this more than usual and do this. Like, there's no words. I could never go outside if my hair looked like this. But we have something very interesting that Misery Merchant points out. In a transcript from 2020, my wife trimmed my hair 2 weeks ago. So that makes me wonder, is Cat cutting DSP's hair? Of course, DSP would be so cheap that he doesn't want to pay for a hairstylist or a hairdresser, whatever he calls it, and just has Cat trim his hair, just like his mom did. They definitely bought her hair clippers, yeah. Because I believe his mom, DSP's actual mom, combed his hair till he was 17, and I'm not joking. For anyone that's new, that is not a joke. He admitted this on stream that his mom combed his hair till he was 17. And then when she stopped, he said it was too much maintenance. So what did he do? He shaved his head because it was too much maintenance. I swear, everything in his life is absolutely horrible. And I said this on Truth Seekers as well, is that throughout his life, everyone handheld and coddled him. His mom combing his hair till he was 17. His dad giving him a job at the helicopter company. You have Chat holding his hand. You have Darziak doing stuff behind the scenes. This man never overcame anything in his life. He had no character to build. So I wouldn't doubt it if Cat is actually, cutting his hair. Then we have this from Jewish Phil Burnell Real. $2. By the way, do not troll tip him. He still gets money either way. Jade is Phil's barber, apparently. And then DSP was saying how Dragonfire was a game that him and his wife played. Phones Pass. DSP says him and his wife played the card-based tabletop game Dragonfire years ago, but stopped since it takes 5 hours to finish a game. But then he points out, the problem with this is the game requires 3 players minimum. Imagine that. Phil lied about that, or they probably played it incorrectly. My money's on that he lied about it, because he's a liar who lies about everything. Ladies and gentlemen, that is the weekend review. That was 9 days straight of DSP. We get today off. He goes back tomorrow. If you guys like that, don't forget to like the stream, share the stream, leave a comment on the video as well. If you're on YouTube, hit the subscribe button. It's free. Doesn't cost anything. Hit that button right now. If you're on Kick, don't forget to follow the channel. Again, that is free as well. If you're on Twitch, don't forget to hit the follow as well, because that is free as well. If you got I'm just saying, if you got Amazon Prime, you can send it to your boy. And guys, it's been fun. We'll do this again next week. And as always, I love each and every one of you. Hope you're all safe, healthy, and happy. Thank you for the views. Thank you for the support. And guys, peace and love.
Another begging stream, another fabrication fails on the roof. The lights are dim, the walls are closing in. Another dead in his ego, another grip begins. He believes the trolls, the haters, the algorithms are rigged. But truth is taught a bit of pill, a consequence unfig. He built his throne on lies, are curated, careful scams. Now dash fires burning bright, exposing all the shams.